I didn't even get out the intro, and you already talked about it.
We started the intro a minute
mentioning
early.
him is fine. I just don't want to talk about the shit he's got to talk about. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll save that for our show.
You don't want to do the whole show here.
I don't want to beat his ass unless he's here, you know?
2/3 of the show.
Nice.
That's it.
Dude, JB, what's up, man? You doing all right? Good to see you.
Yeah, likewise. Good to be back.
2016.
2016. Yeah.
And the Elder's got a new look. Looks like a white supremacist now. He's fresh off of the Lee Circle. How you doing, man? You all right?
I'm doing great, man.
You do. You got a new look.
That's it, man. I got hair now, just to prove I could grow it still. And
It even has a style now. Before you just had hair. It was like growing like a chia pet. Now you put the clippers to it, and you like molded it into a kind of a Peaky Blinders thing.
yeah, right.
Peaky
I like that.
fucking
You need some of that
blinders.
stuff that Cheese puts into his.
What does Cheese put in his hair?
I don't know. He doesn't tell me.
I don't think you should try to do it like
bro
Cheese.
cream or?
I don't
Yeah, it
think
doesn't
his hair is
move
that
very
good.
much.
Oh, so he puts like mousse?
I guess. I don't know. I'm going to snoop next time.
Yeah, snoop and let me know, man. I want to be just like Cheese
No,
when I
you
grow
don't.
up.
Come
Deep cover on the incognito tip.
Cheese actually approached me and actually asked me to do I guess a one-off podcast with him. So
You're wrong.
We'll see how that.
Oh, really?
Oh, good.
I
Then
gotta
you
see how
won't
that
have to
goes.
do it anymore.
So
hope you can hook that shit up.
he wants to. What he told me he wants to do is watch a movie, but when we watch the movie, he just wants to talk through the whole thing.
He's seen Mystery Science Theater one too
Oh,
many
God.
times.
Yeah, now he wants to do that. That's
Another
fine.
original idea.
I don't think it's anything like he doesn't want to watch like bad stuff though. He wants to watch shit that was popular. You know, like I guess when he and I were watching movies back.
Gotta
in
make
the
him
day.
watch Star Wars.
No,
Why?
no, because I don't want to watch Star Wars with him.
You know? Why?
Because he's going to annoy the fucking fuck out of me. I know
Well, that's
he
gonna
is.
happen no matter what movie you watch.
No, I
Come
want to
on.
watch his suggestion was Summer School, and I think that's fantastic.
Oh, that's
I would,
a great movie.
I would love to watch Summer School with Cheese. I think that would
And
be
talk
awesome.
over it?
Oh God, it'd be funny. I just like to sit there and bullshit about it. It'd be a lot of fun.
Which one is that?
That's the one with Mark Harmon. He plays a summer school teacher,
yeah.
but he was a PE
Exactly.
coach.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, it's
As I
funny.
recall.
Really funny.
I was thinking you guys should watch something like Arena, which is a 80s wrestling movie set in space.
There you go. That's a suggestion. Another one too, man. I wouldn't mind watching some kung fu stuff with Cheese. He sent me several clips of stuff that I should be watching. And there's
Watch
this
Ip
scene,
Man.
Man, no, I can't watch it, man. I can't do
come
that.
on.
I can't do that, man. I'll break my own
Cheese,
rule.
if you're listening, Ip Man.
Come stop by for an hour and watch some music.
Yeah,
He
you'll
sent me
watch
this-
music
That.
instead.
He sent me a video of this kung fu fight where a guy uses nothing but a belt, and he fucks this dude up. It's awesome.
Really?
So I have to maybe want to watch that movie
For not
with him,
doing
I
his
guess.
homework or something?
Not putting the garbage out on time.
Guy have a mustache? Might have been my dad. You're like, damn.
Oh,
Cheese
God,
got
here we go.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
another incredible songwriter, my dad.
He's in a cover band just like the rest of us.
Dude, I gotta know, y'all don't seem tired. Y'all not tired tonight.
Nope.
No.
That only
man.
happens on your show.
Man, I'm telling you. I'm surprisingly awake, man. I've been playing music now for 3 days in a row, and it's all been it's been crazy, man. A lot of running and like those kind of times where you play that midday slot where you don't really get a lot of sleep and you have to haul ass over there and get everything set up. But nah, man, I'm great, dude.
I think
Good.
Scott
Rolling.
just snacks on our souls right before we roll.
Hey.
Well, you know, some people, they call them what, like energy vampires? Like, you could be feeling good, you're going in, you can't wait to talk about the movie, and then you see Scott and you talk to him, maybe you try to probably reduce that time, like from when you arrive to when the show starts. That way you still got a little something.
There you go.
I have to say, man, I love my ginger. I really do. But the Easter egg spoiler, he really does know how to kill your soul.
He takes
really
out all my
does.
frills, though.
When I had that conversation with him, he has now for those of you who don't know, Scott does not like spoilers at all. He doesn't like watching trailers. He doesn't like any kind of spoilers.
Dude, he doesn't like movies or
Yeah,
TV
but he doesn't
series
like-
either.
he doesn't really like
You like
much.
Supergirl
All right.
and My Little Pony,
did.
right?
But
Yes.
But the thing with it is also is with Scott is that he came up with like subcategories of spoilers and what is the difference between a spoiler and an Easter egg.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here listening and I'm like, yeah, we're going to be fighting in 10 minutes.
There's one thing I really agree with him on, and
What's
I
that?
can't believe it. I'm disappointed that he feels this way because that's the way I feel. And now I'm starting to question my feelings because of this.
That's how he gets you.
The trailers are too long. They really are. Like, before Guardians comes on last night, I was so bored of these trailers.
It was 30 minutes too.
Well,
and they
I
were-
mean, it was
but
like
they
a
were
movie
like
within.
long
Yeah,
ass
like 3 to
trailers.
4 minutes each.
I felt like I watched
experience
the
it
entire movie.
every fucking week. I go to the movies every week and sometimes twice a week, and it doesn't matter what movie it is. You could go see some little fucking indie movie. There's going to be 25 to 30 minutes of trailers before
yeah.
that movie. It's unbelievable.
But here's what I will say about the Guardians trailers, because I saw it with a friend of mine and his 10-year-old son. His 10-year-old son kept throwing his elbow into me and looking at me, nodding, going, "Yeah, we're going to see that movie too."
You're like,
this is
kid,
gonna be
you
a-
elbow me one more time, you ain't even going to see this one.
Exactly. Yeah. But this is going to be a busy summer. There's a lot of
oh, yeah, man.
All right,
There's a
but
lot of
not,
stuff.
movies.
and I wasn't complaining, though, about the time from start of trailers to end of trailers. I didn't mind watching the trailers. It just felt like almost every trailer was so long. They give you kind of the entire plot. They give you scenes from, it seemed like, each act of the movie, and you kind of got
Yeah.
the concept of the movie.
It's like two
Before
and a
you've seen
half, 2.5 minutes. But when we get into Guardians, I have to say there's a lot of things in that movie that legitimately surprised me. Like I saw the
cool.
trailer and I had kind of like an idea in my mind of how things were going to be, and it was totally different when I saw it play on screen. So that
Yes,
was pretty cool.
agreed.
Yeah,
Really? All right.
Yeah, when we get into Guardians, so
Well, I think we already did.
I don't want to jump
Maybe.
the gun.
I think we already did. We can't goof on your new look for too long. JB always kind of looks the same. Like he
Yeah.
don't go through a visual transformation. He's got his look. He just rocks with it.
yeah. Maybe put on a
It's
few extra pounds
terrible.
each time.
Well, you're
Yeah,
telling me.
It's slow enough though that
Fuck
I don't
you, B.
notice.
It's boring.
It's boring.
Got that one now.
He's on the show tonight. You know.
All you gotta do is say fuck you, me. That buys you about 3 minutes until he
Okay.
has another clip. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I know. If you do put on weight though, JB, because that's what I was enjoying talking about.
There's
You do
no-
it slowly, so I don't really notice.
Well, you're being very nice.
The Elder's been like 4 people since I knew him. There's like these
Yeah.
versions of him. It really has.
Yeah, I'm definitely a heavier version of myself right now. Jesus Christ.
And the hair and now the
I hear
facial
these
hair.
jeans. When I put these jeans on in the morning, they say, fuck you, me. So, so I know. It's rough.
Is all the rapid transformations in yourself like you looking for an identity, or
Oh, no, I have my identity.
it just changes constantly?
I just kind of change my look up a little bit. I get bored. I'll grow a really long beard. I get fucking bored with it. I cut it off, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Grow a mustache, and I'll grow my hair out. I just get bored with it, and then eventually I'll be like, fuck this. And I'll just
Do you ever do
cut it
something
off.
and you look in the mirror and you're like, that's not me? Now I'm like, I feel like I'm playing a character.
me?
No, I'm the only one that has that weird shit.
Yeah, I just
You think that's odd?
I get up in the morning, and most days it's kind of like, oh God, this fucking shit again. So
Right. You don't care what you look like.
yeah, it's like 8 to 5 is kind of how I
Now
feel.
I'm a
that
miserable
way.
old bastard with this goatee thing.
Yeah, right.
Oh, fuck.
I'm like the Mirror Elder from Star Trek.
What is
So,
that? I don't watch that.
There was an episode called Mirror where the Star Trek crew, this is the original show,
All right.
they go into a mirror universe and there's evil versions of themselves.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, it was a very cool episode. It was revisited in some of the newer shows as time
So which
went
one
on.
are you right now? The evil one or the good guy?
I think I'm the good guy right
Yeah.
now, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why he's
I'm
full
a lot-
of wong tong
He's
soup.
getting almost disappointingly benevolent.
I'm a lot,
Yeah, right, huh?
I'm
I
a lot-
think I like the old one better.
I'm a lot happier now, man.
He is.
I'm
Really? That's why I don't
Yeah.
like it no more. Probably I liked it when you were miserable, only happy when you were shit faced giving CTGs. It was like I like the old Chris. I went to Baldwin back
I forgot about
with
CTGs.
that bald skinny guy that went through like
You know what CTGs are, huh?
No idea.
Dude, I hugged everybody when I was fucked up. Well, they would notice, like, look at him, he's going to hug all those women and shit. So look, I'd hug a girl or whatever and all that shit. And CTGs is Chris Tyree gropes.
Oh,
Which is the funniest
we were
shit.
like, oh, it's getting late. The karaoke night's over. Here comes
Here
some
come the
CTGs.
CTGs. That's it. He's fucked up and he loves everybody.
You seem
Full
happy
love.
then.
Yeah, man. I'm very happy.
So now
man.
you're happy sober.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Even when you're sober, you're still happy.
I haven't got fucked up in a long time. Come
Yeah.
to think of it, it's been a while.
He can get salty, though. Like, he can still get
Oh yeah, I can do that.
annoyed and pissed. But he's just smart enough to avoid the topic. That's an option now for him conversationally. He goes, you know what? Don't want to talk about it.
Oh, just
Instead
lets
of
it
going,
slide.
you know fucking what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be that way. I kind
Used
of got
to
really
be.
opinionated.
Hey, Mr. Tyree, I wanted to say hello. I just came for a moment.
I miss you used to be.
I'd rather go be with Tim Laddie because I like him young. It's no offense to you. It's just a preference.
I know that we're the same age, but I mean, have you finally had the opportunity to get in with Laddie? Has Laddie finally thrown it on you?
I'm getting close. He let me touch him once.
Yeah, I'm ready to go, dude.
Oh, good. Is that him? He's on the phone? Who is that?
All right, you speak. Go sit
All
down.
right.
Drink
gotta
your
go.
Ensure.
All right. Well, anyway, it's been good seeing you guys. Hey, John. Y'all have a good one.
I used to
You
be.
too.
She knew your name.
It's a win for me.
I think she thinks you're younger than Laddie, even maybe.
So where did y'all go see Guardians 2 at?
I went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy down to Bayou.
What?
Yep.
that by you.
I went
Is
down
there
to
a
Bayou.
drive-in?
Well, I went. No, they have an AMC theater.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, we went down there, and they had a. They don't have the theater that horrible theater over at Elmwood, but I mean we saw it in standard, and I mean it was good.
I saw it in Dolby.
Yeah, I'll get my chance to see it in
Dolby,
Dolby.
baby.
I have to do the mom review
Instead of
Guardians
popcorn,
2, so.
do they sell them like dried up shrimp?
No, they sell boudin balls, dude.
Oh,
instead
what?
of, yeah.
Boudin balls.
Instead of fucking
I tell you what, if
popcorn.
they get them dried up shrimp, I'll probably drive there. I don't know what those things are, but for some reason I
Really?
like them.
Dude, those
Feels like you
fuckers.
shouldn't be eating them.
I tell you, man, going down to Bayou, it is the truth. Their ethnic restaurants, like if you go try to eat Chinese or like Mexican or something like that, it is the most horrible shit you've ever eaten.
That's racist.
But motherfucker's an ace. You eat anything seafood though? Bomb, dude. It doesn't get any better than that, man. They got it together. It's awesome.
All right, so you watched it in
I did too.
shitty quality. You saw it in Dolby, so
Damn
you
right.
actually got to experience it for what it is.
Yes.
You seen it?
Fucking shit. I loved it.
Yeah.
Trailers though, I thought it was cool. I like that. They got that movie with the two kids that go into space.
Oh yeah, Valerian.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
the director of
Yeah, it's a director of The Fifth Element and La
Yeah.
Femme Nikita. That's Luc Besson.
that
That's
movie.
from
Looked,
France.
it looked great. I thought it looked fucking
It looked-
intense. It looked really good. And then they had the Beatles song playing over it. I'm like, holy crap, dude! You didn't like it?
Oh, dude, all you had to do was tell me guy who directed Fifth Element,
Right.
and I'm in. It's the same thing with Ghost in the Shell. I didn't care if that movie sucked. It didn't. But I didn't care if that movie sucked. I was in it just for the visual experience. And that movie, Valerian, looks fucking awesome.
But also
I can't wait to see it.
intriguing enough. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah,
all right,
dude.
I kind of want to see this. It was one of those long ass trailers that when it was over, I went, hey, I want 2 hours of that.
Yeah.
Although there's an Avatar-like quality to it. The 3D people, they look sort of like albino versions of the Avatar people.
That's pretty racist, JB. Just saying. I don't know. That was a little low.
Don't get me
Fucked up.
Do not get me
So
started.
you're saying
on
they're
albinos.
whitewashing the aliens from Avatar? Should have got blue aliens for this role.
They're whitewashing the Avatar.
They did. They whitewashed Avatar.
God damn, white people think every alien's got to be white.
I
now.
know.
That's fucking amazing.
But
Yeah.
is that a bad thing? No, I mean you watch it, you want to see more of this movie.
Oh,
right?
without question, yeah. It looks great. But I mean, you know what I'm talking about. In Avatar, you can tell that they're 3D animated characters.
Oh, you
it
were
looked
talking about the
beautiful.
quality of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was obvious CGI.
Well, one thought, and I could be possibly totally wrong as usual, but I was thinking the other day of that, and then when I thought it was when that guy shot the dude like live on Facebook or whatever, and it looked so fake. And the things that I'm seeing now are real look fake because they don't look like it would look in the movies, like Hollywood.
Yeah.
Because we're getting to see a lot more things that you wouldn't have been able to see ever. You know, the news wasn't going to put that on TV, and they're not going to.
Yeah.
But so it's almost like our vision of murder and people getting killed. You envision it like you're seeing it in the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's not that way
a
at
weird
all.
tie around of it. Something so unbelievable, like an alien or a spacecraft coming to Earth. When you look at it in a movie, sometimes you're like, it looks fake. But if it happened in real life and you saw it on a cell phone video, it's going to look even faker. Like, I think Hollywood is getting to the point, even the mid-grade graphics, that it's going to look odd to you because it's so unbelievable to see.
There was
I'm
always the argument of people saying that, violent movies and violent video games drive kids to do violent acts. I disagree with that, but I will agree that these forms of media desensitize people to violence. You just said it yourself. We have this stylistic view of violence. And when you watch it happen for real, it's almost like, well, fuck, that was disappointing.
What a horrible director.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
Didn't even get a good
it's
camera
crazy.
angle. Yeah.
I mean, the only thing that I've ever seen on a video that blew my mind to the point to where I was like, holy fuck, is this guy Bud Dwyer that Hey Man, Nice Shot is based on. You go watch that video of that guy assassinating himself. That's fucking brutal, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like even Hollywood can't make that shit look the way it looked.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, dude, it's crazy, man.
It's weird because I was going to cite that the Bud Dwyer. Have you seen it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I mean, what's really bizarre about it?
We actually
Is that-
used the audio in a remake of that song,
Oh, you
Mayday
did?
and I. Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Well, yeah, tragedy plus time, right? But what's weird about it is that it really is not cinematic until, I guess, about 20 seconds later when he's on the ground, and it literally looks like he's deflating with blood pouring out of him, out of his nose and mouth. Like, that isn't what you see in the movies. It's
Unless it's
fountains of blood when
Tarantino,
it happens.
right.
Yeah, exactly. Fountains of blood happening.
It would have hit an
with the
artery
wound.
and shot.
Right. Or just a graze, and it would just be like, half a gallon of blood spattering on the wall.
Oh, man.
And,
All right.
Dude,
We took a weird route to get here. That was
Yeah.
last week's Weird World because it's a very
Weird.
weird world.
It is a
World,
weird
indeed.
weird
world.
world.
Very.
It's weird.
Any other trailers stuck out to y'all?
Oh, Alien Covenant, man. I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
totally in. I love Prometheus. I mean, I guess it can be argued that it's weak in the series due to like characters and things, but man, the beauty of that movie, man, God, it's cinematically beautiful. I think this movie's going to be fucking great. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I can't even believe I'm admitting this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. I might go and see the new Transformers movie.
Oh, really? After that trailer?
I mean, I deserve that.
Because it was a good trailer?
It's interesting to me in that it's almost dark to a fault, and I know that a lot of Transformers fans were really upset by the animated movie that came out.
Maybe.
And it seems like that's what Michael Bay is trying to do. I mean, it looks like he kills Bumblebee, and I'm like, that's. I'm interested.
Michael Bay is Zack Snyder at 14 years old.
On lots of Mountain Dew.
On lots of fucking Mountain Dew. He is a horrible storyteller. But man, visually, that
Yeah,
motherfucker has something, man.
Like that
I mean,
looks real. Compared to Valerian, which looks and listen, it doesn't necessarily mean. I mean, a lot of the Pixar stuff looks like 3D animation, but it's still effective filmmaking. So I don't mean to say that it's shit. I just think that if robots came and could transform into other things, it would look almost exactly like the Transformers films because I know he obsesses on that kind of detail.
Yeah.
I got you.
He's a visual master, as is Zack Snyder. They're just not good
Yeah.
storytellers. That's their thing. I
Yep.
mean, Zack Snyder, I mean, even other directors who have directed the Marvel Fair. I mean, look at Joss Whedon, who is like one of the main guys that brought this Marvel shit to the forefront. He even said, man, DC's movies visually kick Marvel's ass. Visually.
Yeah.
Storytelling, though, it's not, it's really not good. And I mean, I think it's visually impressive, but
Yeah, and it is the medium.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like those movies, you're doing yourself disjustice as to not go see it at the theater.
But if it's not a good story, you
Then-
get bored.
Yeah, you do. Quick. I
Yeah.
think that's how most of these trailers have me. Like The Mummy, I'm bored of it. I don't
It's
want to watch 2
boring.
hours of that. I was bored at the
Yeah.
end of the trailer. Like it looked cool. It had its moments that you're like, yeah, they put some money and effort into it, but I don't want to go watch it for 2 hours. That Pirates of the Caribbean, people watch these things.
I love the first one. I thought
Yeah.
the first one
But
was
they're on
fantastic.
like 5 now, right?
Yeah.
They're trying to break Fast and the
Yeah.
Furious record or something.
Well,
Like,
this is going to be the last one, and the critics have said that the critics that have pre-screened the new Pirates movie, they say it is as good. It's
As entertaining?
as entertaining as the first one. it's more online. It's like if you were to watch this series, watch the beginning and the end and miss everything in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, Johnny Depp is I mean, that guy's a transformative actor, man. I mean, he's kind of at the real dip in his career. But I mean, that first Pirates movie is something special, man. It's really good. Really good.
Sound like a
And
dip.
the trailer had a lot more humor than the other 3 movies combined.
Did they give you guys
Part
a
2
sneak
through 4.
preview of the movie before?
Yeah, you watched the whole
Guardians?
thing where he's bailing water out the boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they gave you like a special look or something.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that.
Even the director came up and told you, we're about to show you this. Like, I felt so lucky. And then I got halfway into it. I'm like, all right, I'm fucking bored.
I thought the horologist line was really funny. That was pretty good. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, this is the first time I've felt that it's close to as entertaining as the first one, because the other 3 are awful. I mean, I didn't even finish Land's End or World's End.
World's End.
I couldn't get through it.
I saw the first one. I saw the trilogy, the first 3, and the second one was horrible.
Yes.
The third one I was hoping was going to be better, but it was horrible, and I've missed everything since then. I didn't even see the last one.
Well, talking about it's about as exciting as watching a trailer.
Well, the horologist line, I'll just end with this. It's not as funny as Deadpool, because everything Deadpool does is funny. So,
hilarious.
yeah, exactly.
And everything Joe Rogan hears is amazing. If you listen to Joe Rogan out there, like, start keeping track of how many things he's amazed by. Everything fucking people tell him, he's absolutely amazed.
If you're into music, though, and just art in general, I highly recommend Joe Rogan's latest 2 episodes. He did one with Guy Ritchie.
It's amazing.
And he did one with Shirley Manson of Garbage. And they're great.
Sweet.
Great interviews. Wonderful interviews. Check it out. So,
All right.
I like it when he has comedians on and he calls them on their bullshit.
yeah.
When he gets confrontational, he's just as entertaining. As a matter of fact, more so.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
So what you're saying is, this is amazing. All right, trailers end, the movie starts, we get an opening. How do we want to do this? Fuck this. I don't know. I don't want to go through the whole movie. I don't think we should try to spoil anything, right? I mean,
No,
we're going to talk
Let's
about this.
No,
things we
fuck
like.
it. Let's spoil it, man.
No. Why would you want to do
dude,
that?
because I want to talk. I want to talk about the shit I really liked and disliked.
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
Yeah,
let's see
man.
if this will get us to some of those opinions.
Okay.
I want to start off, best performance by an actor. Who was your favorite character, if you had to pick one?
It's an ensemble piece. That's a hard.
Man, I would say that for me, man, it's a draw between Michael Rooker, Yondu, and Drax the Destroyer. But man, Yondu, man, Michael Rooker was just fucking fantastic in this movie. He was really good, man.
I'm going to totally agree with Chris, only because I didn't see Yondu as an effective story coming at all.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. And then what
Like,
happens, and it's like, wait, you invested all of that into this movie, and then it's gone.
Oh, what you mean?
But
The
that
character?
was ballsy, yeah.
Oh yeah, because I thought he got killed when Chick shot his
Knocked his
off.
mohawk off, yeah.
I thought he was dead, and then he was alive, and then there was the shot that suggested that they were the new Guardians, right?
They had a lot of in-depth family shit. I think that's why they
That was the
boosted him
theme.
up, because it was like, man, here's the dude's dad, and then now here's his stepdad, and who is he looking up to, and who's telling the truth? Like, that shit got confusing. I'm like, oh boy, that's the stuff I veer away from in real life. Like, get the fucking dancing goddamn plant back up here. They're talking about issues.
This movie is another shining example of why James Gunn is the fucking shit.
Yeah, he's
Because
amazing.
after that first movie, there was a lot of fan stuff to where everybody said Yondu was going to turn out to be Peter Quill's father. And he used that as a wink, nudge joke in the movie and dovetailed it to where Yondu really was his father the whole
well,
time.
no, he was his dad.
He was his dad, and it was fucking great. Really,
yeah.
really good.
I'll stick with Gunn for a little while, and it's like, the storytelling, for one, but then just the scenes. Like, you know how you get, I hear Tarantino get slack all the time of, he don't make movies, he just makes great scenes and then plugs them together. Well, I almost feel like James Gunn did that. Like, there was distinctful, here's this scene, and then things happen and jokes are made, and then, it almost felt like you went to another, he just strung together great scenes. Like, each little act and each thing that happened, like segment, was really good. So they had some kind of comedy, some kind of action, and then some kind of advancing the storyline through. And it's like, man, he's the complete opposite from Zack Snyder.
He is a visual, like, just adept, man. You look, everything in that movie looks so beautiful.
Yes.
The thing that impressed me the most they weren't really the antagonist of the movie, which the trailer leads you to believe. The gold people.
They
That's
look
some of my
awesome.
favorites.
Just their makeup and the contact lenses and the way their hair was dyed. I mean, I'm sitting there looking at them on the screen. I'm like, man, this is incredible. What they did just to achieve an effects makeup, CGI. I mean, the stuff in there is so goofy, but so cool, man. I mean, he's fucking awesome, man.
Allie, did you have a favorite character?
It's got to be fucking Drax, bro.
Yeah, I'm going with
Oh,
Drax
man.
too.
I love Baby Groot so much, but, man, Drax is so funny.
All right, Mayday. You're the outsider. Mayday's never seen one.
Yeah.
So this was a brand new experience for him.
First one's great.
You haven't seen the first
I
one?
I have issues with movies.
He owns a
apparently.
blue shirt, but not a Blu-ray player.
Weird.
Oh yeah, hey, college.
It's a weird world.
It is.
Mayday, I
really-
will gladly loan you
Really
Guardians
weird.
1.
Nice.
It's a great
Thank you,
movie.
buddy.
Better have it on
appreciate it.
on fucking 8-track.
Yeah.
VCR.
All right.
I got
I
it on
really
beta.
liked visually the sister, the one that was half robot.
Gamora?
Yeah.
No,
She was one
no,
with
you're
the
talking
bad
about
paint job.
Nebula.
Yeah.
Nebula with the blue
Oh,
skin.
Yeah.
You
That
said
was-
the sister. I thought maybe. he was
Oh,
going
the green
with
one.
Gamora.
No. I really liked visually how she looked. I thought they
Really?
did a good job kind of combining the two. It was kind of futuristic, but like, again, too, kind of they touched on the Ghost in the Shell where you're half human, half robot kind of thing. That was kind of intriguing for me.
All right.
I like that, but I really liked the raccoon. He was pretty funny.
Right, all right.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's great.
He's even more like he's an even bigger deal in the first movie. You actually feel
That's
bad.
what I
you
was
feel
about to
bad for
say.
that character.
Really? All right.
Yeah, if you liked him in this one, you
Yeah.
fucking love one because I felt it was a little more rocket driven.
Right. All right.
What
But
makes
the sister was incredible. I've got to give it up. Like,
the actress's name is Karen Gilliam.
yeah, well, she was sort of
Gilliam.
kind of a fill-in-the-blank villain in the first movie. They really fleshed her out and sold me on her.
As they did with Gamora. Gamora was a little light in the first movie, but
Yeah.
she got a lot more action in this
Well,
movie.
she's banging the star, man. Well, not
Banging
yet.
the star.
Well, the main
Yeah,
characters
she became
a love.
Star-Lord's
Oh, yeah. Oh,
love
okay.
interest.
All right. Yeah. But yeah, they were kind of little, but I felt plot-wise they
Little,
were kind
it
of
was
light.
fucking constant.
No. What I'm saying is I felt they were light on her and plot in the first movie. I think in this one, they gave her more to do, even beyond the Star-Lord love affair. I mean, she had a lot of baggage with the Nebula character.
giving
They
her
developed a lot of
Them
that shit.
SLGs.
Yeah, right.
The Star-Lord groups, boy. Lots of touching.
PQGs.
I think
Peter
you're right.
Quill.
there. Drax was my favorite by far. I really did dig the gold people. It's kind of funny. I
Yeah,
liked them,
man.
but I don't know who they are or their name. It didn't matter to me. I thought the chick was really cool, especially after you watch her kind of go through her changes. Like when she arrives, you see her in a natural big throne that she's in, which was cool. And then when she goes and gets your boy, Yondu,
Yeah.
and she's walking on the
blue
carpet. Yeah, she looked a different way.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That looked cool. And at the end, she's all fucked up and exhausted. Her hair's all out and shit. I'm like, it just looked neat how they did it. Each step of
more
her
real.
character.
The
It
empath
develops it.
also surprised me because she seemed like a one-note
She was
gag.
great, man.
They really did a great job
Mantis.
of making her.
Yeah, her.
Mantis was fantastic.
Yeah.
To watch her and
Surprised.
Drax communicate together,
Yeah.
it was like two very socially awkward people, like having interaction, and then you see at the end it works somehow, and it was really fucking funny. Their interaction and their characters working together was great.
It's kind of a punchline in a lot of movies, especially like in movies like Fast and the Furious, where they sit there and they bang on the chest of, this is a movie about family. This movie is a movie about family, and it is the ultimate definition of the dysfunctional family. They all love one another, but they're fucking jerks to each other.
Well, they all
And-
have serious problems, like
Yeah,
character
right.
flaws.
Yeah, and it's
That's what I thought was great in the first one. I was like, man, he developed characters. And you would say these are shit characters. These are not great characters. Like if you were gonna be a director and you get, Marvel comes down and hands you your characters, you gotta be like, oh, I got a fucking tree man, a talking raccoon.
Han Solo
Yeah.
and and assassin chick and like a fucking professional wrestler.
Right. It would have
Yeah.
been so easy for him to destroy this movie. And then if you look at the actors in it, fuck. I don't think any of these people in the movie, any of these actors, would be this good in anything else. It's like the combination of them, plus the writing and the visual style, makes all these characters seem like they're so great. Like, this is the best Vin Diesel's best performance ever. This is better than last one.
agree.
Like, he just keeps getting better and better at Groot. Like, it's incredible. Dude's an amazing actor.
Another thing that's great about that movie, too, is the universe that it takes place. How crazy is it that they take a hodgepodge of such weird-looking shit and it all works together?
Weird.
I mean, it all works together perfectly. I mean, it's
You don't
it's pretty
question
crazy.
anything.
Yeah, right.
Because you just accept that you're in too many movies. I think it's so hung up on being that reality based, so that you lose so much. In this one, you like find out right off the bat that we're not dealing in reality. This is not. We're not trying. Don't. If you're saying this isn't real or doesn't look real, just leave now, because it's not. I mean, they start off with the dancing Groot scene, and it's like you're looking at, oh my God, is this going to be like a Pixar film?
Oh, I thought it was hilarious.
now it's
Yeah, it was great.
yeah. Here's my point where I take a shit on the movie.
Okay.
Here's the only
Thanks
thing.
for tuning in. Tune in
All right,
next
Scott,
week.
Thanks.
Here's the only thing that disappointed me about the movie. Groot was such an awesome character in the first movie. He seemed like he was kind of punchline status in this movie.
Oh, he was.
I wish they would have gave him a little bit more shit to do.
But he's a baby. Baby.
Well,
do
and
a
I
lot.
was, and I
Babies
was, Allie, on that point. One thing that shocked me, and what I said in the trailer, when I watched the trailer, here's another thing that surprised me, is he's like a little 5-year-old kid.
Right.
You go to grab him, you're like, oh, hey, little buddy, and he starts like punching the fuck out of you.
Yeah, he's funny, dude.
Yeah, they open him up and he's like cow tipping fucking like little lizards and shit.
This is my theory of why they did that. That first movie, in the end, he was so fucking powerful.
Old
Like,
and
if you
wise.
watched him, I mean, he would just destroy things. He could take on whole armies by himself, and then he kind of dies. Like, he peaks as that savior character and dies and saves everybody, and then is reborn, and he's got to start all over. If you would add him in this movie, the big giant monster comes, Groot just fucks him up, and the monster's gone. So it's almost like they made him so powerful and then had to take him away. Kind of like Yondu becoming such a big part of this movie, and now they take him away. So they keep giving you something, and then they take it away so that they can continue. That's why I'm like, this dude's setting up for. We're already going to be on Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and I'm ready for 3 more.
Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait to see
It's
3.
still so fresh.
You know what's funny that you say that, because I think that Groot from the drop has been like a 5-year-old. He was just a 5-year-old in an enormous tree body, and then he got cut down to the size we're used to associating with a 5-year-old.
Do you think it could have been too much comedy in this?
No,
Oh no, it was.
because there was just as much pathos in it.
It's so
I'm with you.
It's so slapsticky, man, but it just works so well. Like, I mean, I sat there and I'm like, this is over the top ridiculous, but it fits so goddamn good. I mean,
It was fun.
oh god, the
It was fun. Yeah.
the Hasselhoff polymorph scene.
God,
the
that was
fuck,
great.
huh?
Oh, dude, the fucking Pac-Man, and it's probably my 2 favorite lines of the movie is when he sits there and he's like, "Look at the power I have. Think all the weird shit I'm going to create."
Yeah.
I'm going to do some weird shit.
I love that line, and the other one I love too is between him and Rocket. I was cybernetically enhanced to be better than you. No, you were cybernetically enhanced to be an asshole.
Yeah, yeah.
And I thought that was just the 2 greatest lines of the movie.
I
Funny
seen
as
some
fuck.
people talking about the language. Would you say it was too rough for kids? Would you take
Well,
it?
I had a 5-year-old with me, and she leaned over to me every couple of times, and she'd say, "Oh, they said a bad word." I was like, "Right, never say that." But other than that, she loved it.
Yeah.
Of course, she loved Baby Groot, and she loved Rocket Raccoon. That was
Oh,
her
yeah.
2 favorite characters. So.
Nice.
Oh, and when she saw the Star Wars trailer before it came,
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
she hadn't seen it. So when they showed the Star Wars trailer before the thing, she leaned over to me, grabbed me by the arm, and got
Oh.
excited and said, "It's Rey."
Oh,
So
what?
yeah, so
Nice.
she's ready to see The Last Jedi because Rey is her most favorite Star Wars character of all time.
I got some
so.
questions about that coming up, but
Well,
I don't want to stray too far from Guardians.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I guess we can revisit it. I just noticed some things in that trailer that I hadn't noticed when I watched it on my computer.
The Star Wars one?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we're
I
gonna get
enjoyed
to
it
that.
a little bit more. But I also wanted to point out, and I don't know if you caught this, because I'm assuming we all stuck around for all the post-credit sequences.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. Well, in between, if you paid close attention, when they had the run of credits where they had each of the characters dancing in the little circles on the side, they had Jeff Goldblum in there.
Yeah.
Which was interesting because Jeff Goldblum's nowhere in that movie. He's going to be in Thor, and the Thor Ragnarok trailer also played, and it stylistically looked way more like Guardians of the Galaxy than it did either of the Thor
It's made to
movies.
fit into that because
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum's character that he's playing was a character that actually started in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
I think that there's going to be a big launch to their cosmic universe after Avengers 4, and that's what James Gunn's alluded to.
And
he's
it's going to be
working.
based more in comedy.
I think
I
so.
mean, wouldn't you say?
Hopefully.
I mean,
Yeah.
Goddamn.
That's how Marvel's won. You know what everyone was
Yeah.
saying about DC when it first came out? Where's the funny?
Yeah.
it
That
don't
doesn't
have
matter.
to be. I'm okay with both being made, just doing well.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
I'm
with you.
glad that I want them both to go two different directions. It gives
Exactly.
you choice, and it gives you,
Yeah.
something different.
Well, I'm just saying that's what Marvel is known for, and that's what made them the success they are. So they're not going to try and Zack Snyder the bitch out.
So, but you
Right.
think the rest of the movies, like Avengers and all that, it's going to go more the route to the James Gunn universe?
Oh, I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's already started doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the success of
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy, when they sat there and said, man, look, I remember when they did the rollout before that movie even came out. And it was at a Comic-Con, and they said, okay, here's the entire slate up to 2015. And they said, one of our next movies is going to be Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm like, really? That who the fuck knows what that is unless
Oh, that could have been one
you're a
movie
big
and gone.
comic book guy.
That's James Gunn, though.
I
did
mean,
that.
yeah. I mean, that's crazy. What is that? Well, I mean, I knew what it was, but I mean, like, the fans, who the fuck is going to know what that is? And I mean, dude, knocked the fucking doors off of everything. And when they
Yes.
sat there and looked at it, they said, here is proof that we can make whatever the fuck we want and it can be successful.
Yeah, I think they snuck the nostalgia in really well too. It didn't,
Oh, yeah.
Nothing seems forced. From
Yep.
the cursing to the nostalgia, it seems like it should be there, and the movie just flows along.
I think that this movie was very effective to do, like, silly comedy, and then in the next moment, it's tugging you by the heartstrings. The whole Yondu death scene was fucking
All right,
amazing.
there's four.
Yep.
I
Allie,
mean-
you cried how many times? You said?
I cried on all the scenes where you
4.
should cry.
Oh,
How
you
many do you
cried,
think?
really?
Yeah, because they had some
Yeah.
touching shit.
Oh,
you
they
know?
did.
So they had some beautiful,
I didn't know. The
happy
movie
things
was
that
so
made you
good, I
cry,
wasn't
but they
paying
had the sad things, obviously. And to me, the movie was a fucking roller coaster because it was like, this is so fucking funny, and then now I'm crying, now I'm laughing again. Oh, crying again, laughing, crying, and then I think I ended off laughing at some
I mean, the
point.
sister feud, when she said, "I just wanted a sister,"
Oh, I know,
that
it's
was
just
pretty
like,
effective.
Dude, when he launches into space with Peter Quill and puts the life shield around him, and they're talking back and forth, and they have the whole dad speech and everything, and like he's sitting there freaking out because Yondu's about to sacrifice himself.
Yeah,
I mean, unbelievable scene. And dude, the funeral scene at the end with all the Ravager ships and
The
they're
rainbow fire?
and they're
That
popping
was
off the rainbow
incredible
fire and
looking.
shit. That was fucking awesome, dude.
But when the movie ends on such a down note, I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't expect Guardians to end on like such a downer like that. And that's when they start coming up with the post scenes.
Waka
and it was
Waka,
like,
yeah.
right, when Drax get.
Oh
what
God,
happens
was
to
that
him.
phenomenal? The
That's
dart in the
fucking great.
neck.
Dude,
Oh God, dude, that was unbelievable. Another
That
thing,
goddamn Drax character is amazing. Like, I can't
Yep.
believe it's that good.
it's unbelievable.
Thank you. I agree. I'm glad we agree on something.
The other scene that I'd like to point out to you guys that I noticed is they show a scene with Sylvester Stallone and a group of the
Forgot
original
about that. Oh.
the original Guardians of the Galaxy characters that made up the original team from the 60s. What was cool is that they have this alien that kind of has this violet-looking skin. If you see him when he pulls his hands apart, it does this magic sequence, and it looks just like Doctor Strange's magic stuff. In the comics, he took over for Doctor Strange
That's
as
right.
the Sorcerer Supreme.
I read that.
So I thought that was a cool little fucking continuity thing. I thought that's just James Gunn, dude. He's a fan that's just a freak of nature, and he's like, I'm gonna play all the fan service that I can, and have it seem like you said natural. I'm not gonna beat anybody
I
over
think
the head
because it
with
is.
Yeah, right.
Like he goes, all right, I need some characters, and he gets to take out these books that are written and drawn. There's fucking what's it called? The screenplays right there.
He
And it's like
fucking-
he gets to go look for these interesting characters and like let's put these guys. In
I
it.
told you
It's-
that.
Yeah,
What's
but that-
amazing is he knows.
Yeah.
He's a fan of this shit.
right.
And this
Zack
is a-
Snyder did the same thing, but he didn't stitch it together elegantly in a way that
Made sense.
well, that not only made sense, but shared the enthusiasm for the whole universe. It was a guy window shopping. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whereas James Gunn,
He
you
read
can
that
tell
shit
he grew.
probably.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
read that shit. He grew up with it. He knew it, and he knew a way to like the Stan Lee joke.
Oh, did you all get the Stan Lee joke? Did y'all get what it means?
I mean, what do you mean?
So in Marvel, they have a character that's called the Watcher, and they are this race of beings that watch all of the great events that are happening throughout that galaxy. If you notice, Stan Lee is talking to a group of them. They're these large men that have these kind of,
Gray Frankenstein
large heads, great
Yeah.
Frankenstein heads
Hey,
that are bald.
hey,
Oh man,
You know,
Starting to
it's like,
offend
it's,
Mayday.
like, it's like Mayday in space. But the Uatu is the main watcher that they've always kind of like done. They've confirmed in a fan theory that Stan Lee is actually Uatu the Watcher.
Right.
And all these cameos that he has in all these movies, he's the same guy. He's just there observing everything that's happening.
All right, next thing you know, you're going to
So I
tell
thought
me
that
the
was pretty
Earth is
cool.
round. Give me
Yeah,
a break.
right.
Like, don't you think that's just James Gunn going, how am I going to... I don't think they knew...
James Gunn is
That.
actually the guy that came up with it. Kevin Feige,
signed off on
he
it.
signed off on that.
Right, like, all right. Because I think they were just throwing him everywhere, and everybody... Now, James Gunn's smart enough to go, hey, we can make him this character, and he'll explain
yeah.
it all, which that's a testament to his greatness. Two people that I don't think is a testament to that greatness. We didn't bring them up as any of our favorite characters, which how could you? Because the movie is full of great characters. Sylvester Stallone and Kurt Russell. I think Kurt Russell did his job. I think Stallone, I would have been happier without him in it.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Dude, he
what
was
the
just a
fuck?
small
He's
part.
horrible. I didn't even want to see
it
him.
ruined
he,
it.
He,
Yeah,
wouldn't.
agreed.
I was
If
okay with
anything
it.
seemed forced, it was that.
Yeah, it did. I
talking
forgot
ab-
about that.
You're talking about a movie that is rooted in 80s nostalgia, and that is two of the biggest stars of that era. And having
True.
Kurt Russell, who's a fantastic
don't.
actor. I mean, dude, he's fucking Snake Plissken. I mean, he's Jack Burton.
Shut the
He had
fuck
all
up.
these
Tango and
characters,
Cash.
man. And I mean, dude, I think he was great.
I think he did a good job, but it just wasn't.
I think he did a good job.
Well, good. I'm glad we agree. This is starting off good already. Who's this?
This is the person that should be there right now. I'm done collecting souls.
Yes.
I'm here to speak.
Like, are you outside
I'm
here?
calling in at the
or-
wrong time, but you know.
He's been sitting
There
there.
is no wrong
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Welcome to Ginger Soul Eater from PPV's on
Right
the line
on.
with
Mayday,
us.
can you give me a ring bell, dude? No. Like
There it
like
is.
a like a
Oh, boy,
boxing,
here we go.
like a boxing ring bell. It's getting ready to main event. There it
I
is.
don't understand this.
I don't know. Me neither. I don't know how you do a show with him. Like, he's just over there trying to play Mayday. Like, he's got ideas of what Mayday should be playing better than Mayday does. He's over here directing. He's got the new look, and he's like, this is my director look.
I'm very
I have,
pissed
I
about
have
that.
no. No, there it is.
There it is.
You have no what?
I have no idea. I have no idea how Chris could battle me about a movie we both agree on is good. I don't understand.
Battle you? What are you talking about?
I like the movie. I like this movie. I don't know what y'all have talked about so far because I haven't.
Pretty much how
listened to
you
anything.
didn't
I
like
just
it.
figured-
You said you liked
I
it, but
thought
you
you
didn't
did
like
like
it.
it.
I
knew you
just
did.
didn't. No, I mean, I'm not battling you at all. I just didn't agree with your Tron reference, but that's just me.
Wait,
I
what
mean,
Tron
Oh,
reference?
yeah.
He says that
I
Ego
thought-
the
I
planet.
thought the big head.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I thought the big head towards in the third act sort of reminded me of the big MCP cone.
Oh,
The big
okay.
head.
Well, but
You
that's
know.
in the comic, is it not?
Yeah, and it came out
that's
before
fine.
Tron.
Yeah, it did.
So that's what
whatever.
you just expect better in 2017 with a giant head in
Precisely.
space. Right.
You're exactly right.
What did we think of CGI young Kurt Russell?
I thought that was really awesome. I actually really liked that.
Yeah, I thought it was good too.
I can't believe they could do that.
Yeah,
Like,
that
Jesus.
it looked
But
real.
Marvel's
I mean.
Marvel's been doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but this
have.
is the best one, huh? So far.
Yeah,
They
that was
do
pretty
it well,
seamless.
and
I still think Michael Douglas was the best one. Only because he looked like
I like Kirk Douglas.
Yeah. I think he looked like chubby Kurt Russell. It looked like old Kurt Russell made to look young. Does that make sense?
But he
He looked like
on,
Kurt
too.
Russell from Overboard. You know, with Goldie Hawn.
Right.
So.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Good point. Yeah. Yeah. But it was good. It was good enough.
I'm not fighting you at all, dude. Look, I read your 2-sentence review, and I mean, dude, I read your 2-sentence review. You said that it was a good movie, not 5-star. What did you give it? 3 out of 5 stars?
I give it 3, maybe 3.5 if I'm feeling frisky, but 3 for right now.
Okay, and you thought
I'd see it again.
I just didn't. I just didn't agree with you about the Tron Lawnmower Man reference. But I mean, dude, that's just I mean, hey, look, there it is. We disagree. I'm not fighting you on shit. I'm to be honest with you, dude, I'm surprised you liked it because I mean, a lot of stuff you typically don't like.
I laughed at it throughout the whole movie. I would actually pay to see a Rocket Raccoon movie. If it were Rocket, say, what?
A standalone Rocket Raccoon movie?
Yeah, like a one-off, like Rocket, Drax, and Groot.
Oh yeah,
Like
I'm with you there.
I would, yeah.
You took the strong team, you took the whole strong team, man. You left them with nothing.
Yeah, you could do it. I mean, I agree with Scott a lot more than maybe I let on. Especially with his TV.
Yeah, we just antagonize him a lot. To be honest with you, we actually agree with him a lot. We just like to antagonize the fuck out of him.
Right. It's the Marvel
Great.
and DC
None of y'all
stuff.
have credibility now.
Right. No, it's the Marvel and DC stuff. Like, I'm genuinely baffled that he thinks Civil War was blah.
Yeah, me too.
Like, to this day, I'm just like, what? And that he thought Batman versus Superman was awesome. Like, I'll never get over that. So
I'm not going to say it was awesome, but I did like the movie.
Right, and he liked the extended version even more. And I thought the extended version made it even shittier.
I won't even watch the extended version.
Oh, it's awful.
It's just awful. No,
So,
yeah.
But on TV, we tend to agree a lot, with a couple of exceptions. I don't like Supergirl. I stopped watching it a long time ago.
Well, I mean, dude, I understand why you like Supergirl. I mean, he's got a little girl, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, there it is.
Yeah.
Well, I think he'd want to break from that and watch some man shit.
Yeah, I mean, you got something you can identify with your kid, man. I see you, dude. You know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But he's the one that turned us on to Black Mirror.
How do you identify with it? She's got red trunks on and he's got red hair. Like, I don't get it. What the fuck?
That's something to share with his kid, man. That's cool.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's true.
I was going to actually take her to see this Guardians movie, but I felt like that scene where he has when he takes the arrow and wipes out the entire Ravager crew, I thought that might have been overboard. It was great. I thought it was awesome.
What about the
But I
penis
thought
talk?
maybe-
Don't you think the penis talk would have made it a little uncomfortable?
Yeah. There were it easily. This was a stronger PG-13, I thought, than the first one because we had just watched the first one. And I was like, all right, this is I primed her for this. Hopefully, going to take her to see the second one. But now I think I'm gonna have to sit on that for a little while.
Yeah, a little bit. It makes sense.
I was actually surprised by the language. That's the only thing that kind of made me wince because, look, I got no say. Mom, her mother said, I said, look, let's go see the movie first to make sure that everything's cool. And she said, well, if it's anything like the first one, I mean, she's seen the first one. There's some racy stuff in it, but, I'm okay with her seeing it. And there was a couple of times when I was watching, I was like, oh, shit.
And Baby Groot does slant younger. Like, Baby Groot slants, like, that's going to make kids want to see it more, I would think.
Baby Groot is this child. This child that's in my life now is Baby Groot. Exact. Oh, dude.
She only got 3 words.
I totally
take
see.
it to a therapist.
Look, no. I totally see Baby Groot picking up a bowl of wonton soup and throwing it all over me. Totally. So yeah, it's pretty awesome.
At least she's not Rocket Raccoon. You might have trouble.
Well, she told me that for Halloween she wants me to dress as Rocket Raccoon and she wants to dress as Baby Groot. So.
Definitely should happen.
Oh, that's great.
That's why I don't get rid of Facebook.
Weird question. When Ego was showing his life in review through the 3D proxies in the ship,
which was pretty awesome. It looked like D.H. Holmes mannequins. It was pretty awesome.
It did. But didn't that kind of remind you of Krypton or Superman and the ship that
For
could.
Christ's sakes, JB, the dude's
talking
fucking
about-
180
you're
years
talking
old.
about
It's going to
Man of
remind him
Steel?
of something.
Yeah, Man of Steel. Man of Steel. Right, Man of Steel.
No,
Thank
I've
you.
erased that from my memory.
Okay,
So,
gotcha. Okay.
yeah.
It was kind of a similar vehicle, but I enjoyed it more.
It
than
reminded
Guardians.
me of Spaceship Earth in Epcot. That's what that reminded me of
Gotcha.
when he was showing off his families.
Hey, let's go to this. Well, it's getting late. I think this is important. Should people go see this in the theater?
Oh,
or wait
absolutely.
Till it
Yeah,
it ain't
totally.
finished. You as bad as Allie. Never mind. Fuck it.
Moving on.
I'm sorry.
You
should
didn't
pe-
need the
no,
rest.
go ahead.
The answer is yes, right?
Oh, definitely.
See this in the theater.
Just
It's gonna
don't
be-
go. Just don't go see it in the Dolby Theater. That theater is fucking horrible.
Yeah, no, don't go there.
Yeah, don't go there.
Unless it's in somewhere else besides Elmwood. I don't know.
Did.
But the Elmwood one, that's bad.
Yes.
Yes.
You agree, Scott? You liked and didn't like the movie. It's worth going to see it at the theater. You agree?
It was fun enough to see in the theater.
Well,
I
what
mean,
about
yeah,
beautiful
sure.
enough and loud enough? Like to me, the theater doesn't mean
It was loud. Well, they had we saw it opening. We saw it 7:00 Thursday night. So we saw the first showing, and there was
Packed.
still packed. Yes, but there were still like the people in front of us brought their 2-year-old.
Oh wow.
And, this kid
Ugh.
just kept talking and talking. I'm like,
Oh no, hell
Kick
no,
the kid,
hell
kick
no.
the kid.
up.
Did you tell him?
But
Did
the
you
movie
tell him to
was
take?
definitely loud.
Did you tell him to take their fucking kid outside?
I didn't.
Okay.
I did.
Did you
Wait,
alert the
it's-
authorities?
I wanted to point this out. I forgot to point it out since I'm the only non-musician here. Did you guys catch the added heft of using Fleetwood Mac every time there
Yes.
was conflict?
I caught the added heft of every song in that movie. It all had it had textual meaning behind it. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a reason they picked those songs. It
But
was
The goddamn
fantastic.
David Hasselhoff song is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but
Yes, it is.
that's true.
Oh, yeah,
and they
it's
kind of
funny.
saved it for the end. I'm like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah.
It sounded. This movie's one of them ones when I go, it's going to be equally as funny streaming on Blu-ray, man. It's going to be equally as funny, but you're not going to get the same experience when it comes to the music and the visuals. Like, dude, that screen is so fucking precise and amazing. The quality of it. You could see the imperfections in Gamora's lipstick. Like,
Yeah.
that's how
Yeah.
intense you're seeing this. You're not going to see that on your television, no matter how big a television you got. It's enormous, and it's the worst theater ever. Like, don't go. It's bad. You don't want to see imperfections. But really, you could see the makeup strokes from the brush on the makeup. It was like, that's fucking amazing. I think this is one of those movies. It looks and sounds good enough the way you'd be robbing yourself of the true experience unless you went to the theater.
Oh yeah. It's I noticed a lot of stuff in the trailers that I hadn't online.
Yeah, I still have the
Oh,
mom.
really?
I still have the mom review on this one. My mom is like, "Man, I want to see it really bad."
Oh,
So
yeah,
I'm
you
going to
gotta
take her to
take her.
see it, and we're going to do Dolby. So
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Allie,
without
what you
question.
think? You too?
Bring
yeah,
him on.
dude.
All right. Another question. Do y'all think Baby Groot gets upset that they call him Baby Groot? I mean, it's just Groot as a baby. Like,
No, teenage Groot seems like he's going to be difficult.
I don't think he's going to want to call Teenage Groot. Like, is they going to market that next time? Or is he go back to just Groot now?
I think he's going to go back to Groot.
yeah, I think by the next movie they'll have him. You know what's really crazy is that if you looked at this movie takes place in a different timeline than the other movies. Right now, what was the last movie? Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Doctor Strange takes place in 2016, like it did when it was released. If you look at this movie, Quill was born in 1980. It says 34 years later. So this movie took place in 2014. So it's actually kind of taken back. So I'm wondering if they're going to use that timeline to kind of like explain some things that are happening in the other movies.
I'm so
Sakes,
confused.
what?
What the
Oh, I
Yeah.
got
fuck?
to
12 years.
12,900
12
years
years,
ago. We
2002,
unearthed a
2004.
tomb and a mummy got out and started strangling you.
Nah, man, I'm just saying, dude.
Dude, man, they go deep, bro. That's why they the PPV
Yeah.
guys.
I noticed that.
Hey, did y'all answer this question? Why did the gold chick have Adam? Did she get him from the collector? Did y'all talk about this?
She made him.
James Gunn is saying that and the character that Scott's referring to is Adam Warlock. He plays heavily into the whole Infinity War thing that we're going to see in Avengers Part 3 and potentially 4.
You think?
Or
I've
Yeah.
heard that I've heard that they're not going to have Adam.
Well, they
involved
say
in that.
Adam Warlock's in a cocoon, and you see that cocoon inside of Benicio del Toro's collector's lab in the first movie. And everybody's like, "Oh, that's Adam Warlock's cocoon," and they said, "No, that isn't it." So they, kind of retconned it to where this is Adam Warlock in the end of this movie.
My theory is that they're not going with Thanos, like that they know that it doesn't.
Oh,
he
they're
can't
going
be a
Thanos.
main. You think so? See, I think they're gonna switch it and go to Adam Warlock. I just think they can get a good character or an actor to play it. The makeup's not going to be to the extent of Thanos, and they can actually have a good kind of living, breathing bad guy with the stones.
Instead of a weird CGI.
I think
Yeah.
I think Thanos is going to be the Billy Badass in Avengers 3 and probably 4. I think so.
Yeah.
See, I always
Billy
just
He's gonna be
I
the-
don't think he gets out of space. He's just there, and then he's got his cronies that go do his bidding.
Oh no, I think he's going to get directly involved because there was an end scene. I think it was at the end of Captain America: Civil War. He comes and says, "Well, guess I got to do this myself."
Yep.
So that's an end scene, and
Yeah, but shit changes because believe me, that was Adam Warlock in that cocoon, and then when they
Right.
decided to make him a more major character, they were like, "Oh no, that wasn't him." Well, different cocoon.
I think Avengers 3 will probably be everybody we've seen, and then
It's gonna be every
there's going to be
character.
there's going to be a Guardians 3, and then if Adam Warlock's going to play a role, it'll be in the fourth Avengers.
well, let me line y'all up for a little bit of disappointment. You guys
Oh,
like
good.
these
Thanks a
characters. You guys like these characters a lot. James Gunn has come out and he said, "Well, if there's a Guardians of the Galaxy 4, if there is, and even if I do it, I promise you that the characters you're using now, that I'm using now, their story is going to come to the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Number 4 will be a whole different team of new characters."
Why even?
So,
I don't know how that shit's too far away for them
Yeah,
all.
how
That's
would
all
you-
just
Yeah.
becomes
but is it
headlines.
really? But is it really that far? I mean, man, they're saying
Yeah.
they're saying that the movie, like Kevin Feige, the guy who's the mastermind all of these movies, the big producer, he's saying, after Avengers 4, man, all this stuff is changing. That's only 2 years away. Avengers
Yeah.
4 comes out in May of 2019.
2 years from now.
Snap your fingers, man, and you're good to go.
It's starting to get too complicated.
Fuck, it's already complicated, man.
Ginger, you staying on the line?
Yeah, I have to go. I'm sitting in the Winn-Dixie parking lot. I have to go get some groceries.
All right. Well, dude, thanks for calling.
All right, guys. Yeah.
All right, Ginger.
Y'all later.
Me love you long time,
All
man.
right.
Very much.
Yeah, right. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
bye.
Ginger.
Thank you,
Freelo. You can check him out. Ginger and the Bee. And Slack Adjuster. I think Slack Adjuster's got a show coming up with Mad Dog.
Scott has too many names.
Slack
June 2nd,
Adjuster
Twist
is
Alive.
the shit.
So
yeah.
I think we all agree. Go see this movie. Moving on from Guardians of the Galaxy. I hope we didn't spoil it too bad if people are listening. I think, man, the movie was intriguing. I think people should go see it. I don't think there was a huge spoiler in it. It was like
No, I don't think
nothing
we
was
gave
that
away any
shocking.
plot points,
No,
actually.
We
did
didn't give
good.
away plot points.
The
We
Elder
spoiled a
tried
couple
to.
of scenes, but
You did mostly.
yes.
The Defenders trailer. Did y'all watch this on
Yeah.
Netflix?
Yep.
What'd y'all think?
I-
Excited? Uh-oh.
I don't care.
You don't care?
Yeah.
Yo, who's on the line? Not a radio.
Happy Family Barbershop calling about your 10 o'clock appointment.
What's up, man? What's happening, man?
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
What's up, dude?
We were planning to talk about your second hour. Mayde's got the sound effects and everything.
Oh, shit.
Did you get to go
couldn't
see?
forget that.
Did you go see Guardians yet?
Nah, I got out the hospital Thursday afternoon, as a matter of fact, and just been kind of cruising since then, trying to get shit put back together.
Yeah, like your body, huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear you're okay, buddy.
Yeah, body, mind, everything. I woke up forgetting the whole past 6-8 motherfucking months happened.
Well, good shit. Well, man, we're gonna finish up with PPV guys for the review.
Oh, yeah, sounds good, homie.
All right, man. Good
Thanks
to
for
talk
calling,
to you.
dude.
Dude,
Oh,
Attack and
yeah.
Family Barbershop, they still alive and kicking. The JR, he
Thank
survived.
goodness,
He's
yeah.
like back. You know, when something like that happens, man.
Glad to hear he's okay.
Yeah. Defenders trailer, y'all said whatever.
I like
Just
Daredevil
whatever.
season 1. I like Jessica Jones. I didn't care for Luke Cage. I didn't even bother. I didn't even
Iron
bother
Fist.
to watch Iron Fist.
Whatever. Iron Fist was good, dude. You missed out. You would have liked it.
I haven't even seen Daredevil season 2.
Well, you're missing your
Wow.
wow. Then you're not.
So-
gonna Dude, Defenders is gonna be the shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, I liked everything except Iron Fist. I just thought there was a lot of things they could have done better. But
Everybody
I'm
thought it
going
was
to
a piece
watch
of
it.
shit.
I'm totally going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch too. I mean,
know?
I have Netflix, so if you have Netflix, you might as well watch it. It's one of their premiere shows. I think though I liked Kingpin. I like the Purple Man.
Yeah.
And then it kind of ends there.
Yeah.
Like to where now Sigourney Weaver, can she do it? Can she carry that role of, the role I need
guess.
carried? Because I was hoping the Defenders, they were going to have Kingpin in it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not. We don't know, but I didn't see no clips of him.
I think my problem with the Netflix shows is that they're trying to milk the hand too much, and that sounded wrong. But the point is that
Actually, the hand milks.
yeah,
So,
right. But the point being that it feels like they're playing that out too long, and they're kind of going X-Files with it, like they're just sort of the ambiguous big bad that there's less logic to it than we just need a cool fight scene here. We need a reason for them to have a dust up and just sort of like, can we move this along and do something different maybe?
Yeah.
Nice.
Strong
the Kingpin-
performances to me carry the whole series, and Kingpin and the
Yeah.
Purple Man were incredible performances for a greatly written character. Everything else is lack that.
Did you think Iron Fist was well acted by the main character?
It was alright.
Okay.
I think
But
it was
everybody
a wrong
else
character.
I thought was better.
I think he was bad for the role, but
Yeah.
not because he was white.
The
Just
bad
because
guys
Right.
were the best in that show. The
the
Meacham family.
The brother-in-law.
yeah, the Meachams. Yeah,
Right, no, I'm sorry,
They
not
were
the brother-in-law. The kind of brother, half brother, or whatever. The guy
Right.
that got addicted to pain pills.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah,
was
the
a really
Meachams.
interesting story.
there was. I
Yeah.
thought they carried the series, but still not to the level of the other ones.
The Kingpin character makes me happy and sad at the same time. I watch Daredevil, and I'm so thrilled to watch D'Onofrio pull off that character and how fucking awesome it is. But then it makes me sad because the Kingpin was originally a Spider-Man villain, and I would love to see that character put into Spider-Man. But the tone of the Netflix show is so different, it doesn't mesh with what Marvel does with their movies, and I don't think we'll ever see that, unfortunately.
Feige did say that the likelihood of them crossing paths is imminently possible and probably going to happen.
I'm sure at some point they're going to try to squeeze all the blood from the stone that
Yeah.
they can, and then eventually they're going to be like, "Hey, all right, well, we need to make some more money, so pull it together in hopes that, it's another fucking
more
WWE
payday.
move." Yeah,
WNCW.
yeah,
Pain is
but
real.
man, I'd love to see, I'd love to see the Kingpin focused in a Spider-Man movie. I mean, if you're going to use the Kingpin that's in the Netflix series, you have to make that movie darker because I don't want to see them tone the Kingpin down to fit into that film universe,
Right. No, last thing to close on. Mm-hmm. Who the fuck is Ray's family? Do y'all watch these videos?
Ray's family.
Yeah.
You're talking
From
about
Star Wars.
From Star Wars?
Yeah. Who's Ray's family? Ooh. Do y'all like it? Do y'all have a guess or a hunch or somebody you want it to be? Or
I mean, the obvious thing is that she's Luke Skywalker's kid.
how is that obvious? Because it's impossible.
I mean, just the kind of indicators that they give you in the movie. I mean, she touches the lightsaber. She kind of sees visions and stuff.
Yeah, see, I thought that too, but there's Luke just who they decided to focus on for 3 movies. There were tons of Jedis, even way more powerful than him. They just didn't focus on them. Just because she's a Jedi doesn't mean that she's Luke's daughter. That's our most common Jedi we know.
I mean, I think that the possibilities were well thought out by J.J. Abrams and crew. In other words,
Yeah,
I
Lawrence
think that
Kasdan.
they deliberately made it ambiguous enough that you could connect dots any number of different ways. That's on purpose.
Yeah, I don't
They
think
know
she's
that we sit
related to a
around and talk about
Skywalker.
this shit.
Well-
I've heard that she's the Emperor's offspring. I've heard that she's Han and Leia's
there's tons
kid
of different ones,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, there's all kinds of
There's even one where
explanations.
she's
There's a
Snoop's
scene.
daughter.
There's a scene in The Force Awakens where Han Solo and Rey are in the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon, and they had just broke away from Han Solo find the Chewie we're home scene and the monsters with the tentacles and all that shit. They're flying to meet Maz Kanata, the little orange, goggle
Yoda.
Yeah, she was
alien,
cool.
which is basically Yoda. They're on the way to meet her, and they're having this conversation, and Harrison Ford kind of gives this expression on his face to where it's kind of like, I know something, but I'm not telling you. And that, to me, is kind of most intriguing scene in that movie when it comes to what is her origin, what is her backstory. I think we're definitely going to find that in the next movie. Kathleen Kennedy, who's the CEO of Lucasfilm, she's the one that kind of drives all this stuff and makes the decisions on what's going to be made in the movies.
They let a woman drive?
Dude, let me tell you, any person that produces Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., and all those movies, if she wants to direct this shit,
You let her drive.
I'm totally fucking
Do
cool
you let her
with it.
fly a plane, though, or do you draw a line somewhere?
I don't let Harrison Ford fly a fucking plane, that's for sure. No. But I think that she came out and she said, Star Wars, the saga movies, the ones with episodes attached to them, it's going to be the Skywalker family story. Now, does that make Rey a Star Wars, a Skywalker character? I don't know. She could be referring to Ben Solo or Kylo Ren, so we'll have to see how it plays out. I'm kind of still...
I just get afraid that they want to take Jedi out of the equation. They're Disney. They don't like people believing in hokey religions and stuff. And it's like, no, it's true. Disney don't like that. They want everybody to think if something's going to save you, it's going to be a politician. You know what I'm saying? That seems like a Disney kind of line that they stand on. If they start phasing out Jedis and the Force from the Star Wars franchise,
they're definitely not going to phase out the Force. That's not going to happen.
No.
But they're going to change the mythology of this story. And of what I've read, man, I'm extremely intrigued.
What do you mean
it's either
change
gonna
the mythology?
Well, the thing with it is that Star Wars has always been a story that's been based on absolutes. You're either good or you're evil. And it never really kind of made sense to where, okay, well, if you're really good and you follow the light side and the dark side becomes too strong, how does more good balance things? It seems to me you have to be a gray area motherfucker to bring balance to things. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. I mean...
Introduce that into the movie universe.
Yeah.
It,
Basically, the Force, as we grew up with it, is much more like Christianity because it's either, you're on Team
Either
Jesus
fucking
or Team
or
the
you're
devil.
not.
Right. Exactly. And if you're fucking, you better, say 9
Be
Hail
married.
Marys. Right, be married or say 9 Hail Marys and ask for forgiveness because you've done something really bad. And the way, that's Luke at the end of that trailer saying the Jedi have to end. So, I think it's going to drift more towards an Eastern philosophy kind of
no, and I'm down with
roll
that.
with it.
Well, if you look at the movies, whether you think they're great or whether you think they're terrible, you look at the prequel trilogy, episodes 1, 2, and 3. You never really heard about this whole balance of the Force thing until those movies. And, there's the Chosen One and the guy who's going to bring balance to the Force. It becomes pretty obvious when your main character is Anakin Skywalker and they ask him, who was his father? Well, he didn't have a father. He was just born.
Evil Jesus.
So he's Jesus, and then you have a character like Darth Maul that looks like Satan. He's got horns coming out of his head and red, makeup all over, red and black makeup, and he looks like a fucking demon.
Right.
So
That's what the devil looks like.
The thing that always got me to be a good Jedi, you got to abstain from love and going to find a woman, basically getting laid. And it was oh my God, so what are you actually fighting for? Oh, the Force and stuff for no reason. I always think a good movie that shows action and violence, if you base it in someone's deep-rooted moral love, it has a different effect on you. When you watch somebody out killing and doing things, Spawn, great example. Spawn goes to hell because he wants to murder the guy. His wife got murdered. He comes back as a tormented soul, so he's evil and doing bad things, but yet he's got the moral high ground in the story.
Well, my dad used to carry around a comic from the New Yorker that was just a bride and a groom getting married, and the preacher or the minister was saying, "I now pronounce you both legally insane." When you're in love with somebody, you are kind of crazy. And it's a vulnerability that can be exploited and used to corrupt you.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? It makes sense to me, certainly from a narrative point of view.
But how much more controlling and like the Jedi as I got older, I was like, man, that's kind of a fucking sick group of people.
But I mean, at the end of the day, that's what turned Darth Vader, right?
Right.
I mean, like his love for Amidala.
That's why as I got older, I'm like, is he really the bad guy? Like when I watched the 3 horrible ones, the Anakin story, when I watched that as an adult, I'm like, damn, man, you didn't like the character.
That's why the prequels
character
suck.
Right.
The prequels are garbage, but man, you go watch the Clone Wars animated series,
Yes.
which is now the canonized, like it's canonized shit for Disney's backstory now. It is excellent, man. I mean,
it really is.
the whole thing it plays with emotions and philosophy and all this stuff. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, man, this show's made for kids. Honestly, man, you should just skip watching episodes 1, 2, and 3 and just watch that.
Right.
first-
I'll
the
never
first
watch
season's
them
awesome.
again, believe me.
The first season is a little choppy, but season 2, 3, 4.
Oh man,
get
it's amazing.
incredible.
Nice.
But I think that Star Wars has always done, when it was controlled by Lucas, the expanded universe material, which were like the books, the comics, things like that, always did such an excellent job of fleshing out the mythology of that story. And the movies kind of like skimped a little bit on details. With the Disney version now, you're seeing these things drug in now to the mythology of the movies. You know what I mean? Luke... In this trailer, you know, I mean, I think what it's going to be saying, what he's going to say to Rey is, look, at one time there were Sith and there were Jedi. The Sith are an evil bunch of demonic bastards. Now you have the Jedi. They thought they were good, but essentially they were fucking egomaniacs.
Yeah,
So we're
equally as
gonna
fascist.
let that shit go, and we're gonna fly something in the middle, and that's what we're gonna do. And I think that's what the future of this franchise is going to be.
That don't sound bad to me. That sounds
Oh,
good.
I think it sounds excellent.
That's where the world needs to go instead of fucking being far left or far right. Probably the truth and what's right is somewhere in the middle, a gray area Jedi motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
And
And
it's good.
I trust the director to do a good job of it. I mean, he directed the best episode of Breaking Bad, and he did Looper.
Yeah, that guy's a
which is great
freak of
movie.
nature. Ryan Johnson. Hey, he's
All right.
bona fide.
That's cool. I'm looking forward to that one.
You should.
Well, dude, I'm looking forward to finding out what is the future of PPV, guys. Y'all are not quitting, right? Is this week go back to normal or what?
Yeah.
No, not yet.
No?
We're still on Mondays until and through
Yeah.
Mom's Day. So
Yeah. Well, tomorrow's our through
we're
Mom's
recording.
Day.
We're recording tomorrow, and then the week after that, we're on Monday again due to Mom's Day.
Okay.
What happened?
Got it.
None of y'all are mothers. Go do the goddamn show.
That's true.
Well, it's not like that really affects us anyway. It's up at about the same time, but you can check it on ppvguys.com or you go to their Facebook page like that. They're always posting the shows.
I also like my new title now. I'm now the 5-star general since I want everybody
5 stars.
But it's not only for me. I want 5 stars for fucking Not Real Radio, and I
Absolutely.
also want 5 stars for Scary Thoughts. But they don't need 5 stars because those fuckers have like 75-star reviews, bastards.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Man, when
Well,
you're hip
we all
and you
learn.
live in fucking Oakland, dude,
Yeah.
that's how it goes, man.
Y'all ever thought of doing a horror review on Forrest Gump? What a genius idea.
What I actually want to do is I need to get Mr. Philip Dusor Brawler in the studio one time so he can school us on how horror shit works.
Save it,
'cause
stop it.
I've heard
I need to.
I heard he's been very critical of us for not covering horror movies,
That
and I
sounds
think
like
we
a good Halloween show.
need to get an
Around
expert in
October.
like Brawler to set us straight. So
Yeah, he
So
could
the
just-
rumor is true.
he could just tell you about his tattoos all over.
Get this. Yeah, exactly.
Well, dude, thank y'all for coming on. I'm glad we
Thanks for
got
having us.
I'm glad everybody liked the movie too. It's so
Oh,
much fun
man.
to do a review on a movie everybody liked.
yeah, even the ginger liked it.
he liked it.
He
3
liked
stars worth.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd give it much more than three
I give
stars.
it 4.
Just-
I'd give it.
Really,
I
you
mean,
would?
any movie I give 4 stars or is a movie that I'll see again, and I'd see that movie again. So I got to give it 4 stars.
Yeah.
I
You don't give it 4, Mark?
What?
You don't give it
I
4?
think 3.5,
4.
just because it's a comedy. It's not like a movie that's. I
What?
don't know. It didn't
What does
fuck
that
me
mean?
up.
It's a
I
really good
enjoyed
comedy.
it. I have fun, but I know what a 4-star movie is, and
4.
that wasn't one. Like 4 stars, you could be
4.
like, "Oh my god, this
4
is
stars.
I get
a
3.5,
masterpiece."
but I give it 4.
I
But
really
totally
loved Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but man, I have to say, man, 1 is God, it's so fucking magical, man.
And-
I still think the first one's better, but not by much. It's just it seems that first movie is a lot tighter.
I think the punch of the second one was equally as hard to my face, but I saw it coming.
Yeah.
The first one just whacked me, and I'm like, I
Yeah.
can't believe I love this that much. The second one, I was like, give me more of what I like, and
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
But they didn't give me any. I don't know.
The bar was set really high, and they met the bar, which is speaking volumes. But the first one, there was no bar because we were like, talking fucking raccoon? Is this even going to work?
Yeah.
So we went in because it was Marvel, and we had our ass kicked in the best possible way. So
it was a very worthy sequel.
Yeah, Mayday, what you want to close on? This is your first time. Would you watch one now, or do you want to more?
I would. I wouldn't like go crazy looking for it.
We're gonna buy a
Blu-ray player.
What movie would you go crazy for? Or
To
have
watch?
gone crazy
Oh,
for? Yeah.
man.
World War II documentaries.
Yeah, what's the new one coming up?
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. That kind of intrigues me
See,
a little
that
bit.
has a potential to be a 4-star movie. Like that.
Yeah.
could fuck
It
you
looks
up.
like some heavy shit.
Dunkirk's
It
going to
will
be
be.
fucking awesome.
It will be.
Did anybody notice?
Chris Nolan, dude.
Did y'all see the sync was off on the vocals?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm the only one. All right.
Of what? In what?
In
I didn't
Dunkirk.
notice.
In the
but-
Dunkirk
Oh,
trailer, the
Dunkirk, whatever.
the sync was off
Bad,
for some
like
reason.
about a second.
Yeah, it was.
It was kind of like, whoa, holy
Only
shit.
you, pal.
Hopefully they
You,
fix that
JB.
shit.
Yeah, right?
Now, I mean, I was worried based on our Ghost in the Shell experience. I was like, motherfucker.
Oh,
that's
with the
a-
God,
audio.
was that a nightmare?
Oh,
that was a time when really we were like, fuck the Dolby Theater.
yeah.
Oh.
I tell you though,
nothing works.
another thing I love also is, man, and a lot of people were very critical when they first cast Rocket Raccoon, because in the comics he's portrayed as like a grizzly Cockney Englishman, and they
Well, I
put
guess
in
that makes sense.
They put in Bradley Cooper, and they were like, really?
He's
But
great.
dude, he's great. I just love the scene when he's playing ping pong with the guys on the anti-gravity landmines, and he's just sitting there playing and just sitting back, just like belly fucking laughing.
Oh,
that
yeah.
He's just sitting there and fucking with them. That
Yeah,
was
I still-
just so funny, man.
I
It was
don't see
great.
Bradley Cooper when he talks, and that's a testament to how good
Yeah.
a job he did. Because I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
even see
agreed.
him. That's Rocket's voice, you know.
I mean, I am hoping and praying that they duplicate the scene from the comics in the Infinity War when Rocket Raccoon and Tony Stark meet.
Yeah.
And he condescends to him. He's just like, oh, this is cute technology.
Yeah, he calls
what?
he calls the Iron Man suit inferior technology. So
That's going to be fun. Hopefully, they get to interact a little bit.
well, before we walked into the show here tonight, I looked on it, and Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista, said that he has a scene with Robert Downey Jr. between Drax and Iron Man in Avengers
It's going to
Infinity
be
War.
hilarious.
Yeah, that dude's great, man.
Oh, dude, I mean, you're going to be looking at every character that's been in every movie. They said that they had over 68 characters between the two movies, the Avengers 3 and 4. And I would love to see this. The Russo brothers, who are the guys who are writing this movie, they have what's called the Marvel writing room. And they all show up and they bring all their team together. And they have every character that's appeared in a Marvel movie that's kind of like either a main or a minor character. And they have their pictures up on the wall, all with the red ribbon thread of how they connect to one another. And they
Goddamn.
sit there and point at them and figure out how they're going to fit into the mythology of Avengers 3 and 4.
Marvel Forensics.
Yeah, dude.
What a
I mean,
horrible
that's-
job. Huh?
Oh, God. That
God
job
damn
has
it.
to absolutely suck.
shit.
Yeah, man.
So does mine does, for real. I'd love to be able to play with
That
that.
would be fucking awesome. I mean, that's what you and I have been doing with the.
Yeah, with our top
Yeah,
secret,
secret
project.
project.
It's kind of fun.
So,
You start building a universe that doesn't exist. It's always incredible. Kind of like
Exactly.
WNCW, but that pain is real. Dude, I chopped up some of the show where Cheese and I reveal our new wrestling promotion, and I'll put some music to you.
So
for
does
you,
this-
too. It's a mashup.
So you all going to body slam the fuck out of Now? Is that basically what this is? Or?
Don't understand what that means. Oh, now this is a real wrestling promotion. We're not a show that talks about, other people's wrestling
Oh, so
promotion.
you
this
all-
is our own wrestling.
Oh, so you
promotion.
all have a promotion with like real wrestlers. You have to like book matches and shit.
The pain is real. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
Pain is real.
Well, it's cheese involved, so I'm sure the pain is real.
But dude, when you listen back
So-
to hear yourself, just keep listening, and this little segment that breaks gonna break it down for you.
Oh, okay. So that's.
This is
Coming
the
up.
the
To be
unveiling is
continued.
right now as we go on break. Dude, thank
Okay.
y'all. Check y'all out.
Thank you.
ppvguys.com, right?
Yeah.
And on Facebook.
Facebook, iTunes, yeah, you can subscribe there. We're also on Stitcher. Check out all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, and like I say, man, we turned into a joke. But look, all of us here, we all love doing this shit, and it would be nice to watch us kind of climb the hierarchy here amongst podcasts. iTunes is really the one that counts. So, look, if you're using that for Not Real Radio, for us, or for Scary Thoughts, we ask you to give us 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. And you heard that from the 5-star general, Chris Tyree the Elder. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you.
You're listening to Not Real Radio.
Time, weather, and
Not real music.
Not real news.
Not real guests.
Not real reviews.
Subscribe to one of the many ways you can listen.
SoundCloud.
iTunes.
Stitcher.
Google Play Music.
YouTube.
Or your favorite podcast app.
Listen live Sunday nights at 8 p.m. on MixLR.
Or just visit notrealradio.com.
Where you can buy a t-shirt.
Make a donation.
Transcending radio, one show at a time.
Not real music.
Not real news.
Not real guests.
Not real reviews.
Thank you for listening.
NotRealRadio.com.
From talking about our background, right?
Yeah,
right
why are
here.
you nervous? You're
Well-
finally nervous about something, and it's this.
Well,
This is easy money.
Well, it is easy money, but I got to think about things. I'm going to be competing with some people that I know. I may have to step on a few toes, but that's never stopped me before.
That's how you know when you're in the big leagues,
Right.
when you're competing against people you know. That
Right.
means, all right.
So what we're talking about is WNCW.
WNCW.
The pain is real. So
Nothing else, but the
It's-
pain
it's
is real.
so here's what happened is I have this studio space, and then I became friends with these wrestlers, these Wildcat Sports and Entertainment guys.
Really, you think friends now? I mean, tattoo worthy or
They're
no?
not gonna love me. No.
All right.
No. If any of them died, I would not get a tattoo.
Gotcha.
At all.
Not that level yet.
No. I'm trying to. I don't even. It'd have to come out of left field for me to get a tattoo for anybody now these days.
Okay,
you know?
you filled.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'm full.
All right.
So I bring the wrestlers into my space.
Fucked up that you're not going to get a tattoo of the Pickle Scoop logo on you.
I'm not getting that. That's a
fucked
terrible
up.
logo.
Dude,
I'm not getting anything.
That's
bad.
fucked up.
I know. So the wrestlers have been in my space for a couple of months, and I've been watching. Right?
Right.
I watched wrestling growing up, so I'm watching.
It's uncomfortable, too, because you're like doing it through the crack in the door.
Yeah.
It's a little uncomfortable.
Or you have to fake like you're coming to shoot a documentary.
When
or
you're
something
really
with-
trying to figure out who stole the fucking toilet paper.
Yeah.
I knew you used the last of it.
So I approached you and I was like, man, this wrestling game, it's cake.
Yeah,
it's
easy.
It's ripe for the pickings. So it's time to reveal that Cheese and Nazar are now the proud owners of WNCW, where the pain is real.
Is real.
So we have a lineup full of people because we started, on the down low, I've been reaching out to people that I know.
Yeah, this thing's been in the works for a while.
Yeah.
When you just sprung this up. I just didn't think we were actually ever going to do it.
Yeah, because, I was worried about hurting feelings and all. But so here's my idea. And, one of the reasons that we started the deal was we were going to talk about this on the air as we go through. And I told you I didn't want to talk about it till we got into the podcast. So here's what I'm thinking. Right now, we got about 40 guys on the roster.
40,000.
I don't want to go through everybody because I don't want to give away some of the big surprises. But what we got to do is we got to have a champion. And we don't have a champion.
Starting off.
So hear me out.
All right. What you got?
I'm thinking 32-man tournament. Olympic crossover style. Double elimination.
All right, Mr. Volleyball. I don't understand what all that shit is, but all right, we'll go with it because it probably is going to get into numbers, and I don't feel like going back 12,900 years ago for that type of shit, no matter how amazing it is.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a 32-man tournament, 16 on each side, kind of like half of the
final.
Half
Final
of March
four, whatever.
Madness.
Right, gotcha. Oh, I like that.
Right?
March Madness is a little too long.
Who do you think who's your favorite? Like, who do you think, if you had to pick a winner?
Shouldn't we go through the list?
Yeah,
And maybe I think.
I want to go through some of the list. I don't want to give all the surprises away.
Really?
Yeah.
I think we should just name them all.
So it's an old school federation, right? That's
Yeah.
we're going after old school type wrestling.
All right.
Like-
so you need my favorite.
You know how people like
I
now,
think I got an idea who.
now in WWE and all these other competitors that they don't like when they bleed and stuff like that. In WNCW, blood is required.
Oh yeah,
Every
pain
match,
is real.
you will bleed.
The pain is real.
You will bleed before or during every match, or
Yeah.
you will be excommunicated from WNCW.
Correct. Every match could be
yeah.
your last match.
You
Like,
must be on steroids.
it's kind of like the old UFC when it was good.
Right?
Where
That's
it's
what I'm-
like you keep fighting until you fucked up and you can't no more, and then you're going. We'll go get somebody else. Like
that's
we're
what I'm
not
saying.
doing like this little kid shit to,
No,
to
I
prey
don't
on
wanna-
ignorant. And this is for people who want to see people get hurt in a fight and next level shit. you
Yeah,
know?
and you have to be on
Like,
steroids.
I don't even think half of these guys that we have on the roster are not even like professionally trained. They're just like, yeah,
It
I'll
doesn't
go.
matter. Trust me, I've been watching. It doesn't matter.
No, you don't
It
need. No, it's a waste of time
Believe me.
training for this.
You just
Like,
need a good name and some good graphics, and then you and I will take care of all the promos.
You don't have to learn to take a punch. You're just gonna take a
Take the
punch,
punch,
and
yeah.
fucking see what happens.
See?
Like,
That's
what
what
you
I'm
gotta?
saying.
What is there to learn?
Right? Man, I'm telling you, I'm there. I'm there on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I'm watching, and it's nothing special. It's nothing
Yeah.
special.
Oh, they spend a lot of time learning how to fall. Like in WNCW,
Yeah.
you gotta learn how to not fall.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
if you fall, that could be your last fall.
If you go to the ground, we will kick you until you get up.
Well, not us personally. Well,
Well, no,
maybe.
I'm not gonna-
Do we get to kick people?
Well, yeah, if we yes, we do get to kick people. Because we're gonna have, I don't know about you,
All right.
but I got an insurance policy with me.
Really? Well,
And
I got
this
one of the
insurance-
wrestlers' word that he will back me.
This is, and I think you're missing what I'm saying.
All right.
I don't have a written insurance policy. I got a 6'7",
Yeah.
320-pound insurance policy. with
Mine's
me.
not that big, but he's a little flaky. So
Who's yours?
I'm not telling you. You're gonna find out.
But I mean, we're supposed to be promoting this thing. I'll tell you who my guy is, and he's
Your bodyguard.
and he's my bodyguard, and I'm his mouthpiece, and he's my favorite for the 32-man tournament.
Oh, really?
Baboon. What? Baboon.
You picking Baboon?
That's his. Yeah, Baboon. You want to know why?
Why? Yeah. Why would you pick Baboon?
Baboon because
Like this is your
he's-
bodyguard. You might want to have something of some intelligence.
No, I don't want anybody smart.
What?
I just want somebody with a short temper who everybody that comes around me, he snaps in half.
Yeah, but the guy pees himself. Like a lot, Cheese.
I'm not-
We've seen him in every audition he did. He pissed himself. I start to
Yeah.
think he can't even control it.
Yeah.
And this is the guy you picked.
But what you didn't realize is that is his gimmick.
Well, I understand,
Because-
but you got to be next to him
You know
all
how
the
when
time.
you know what to get
Look,
this. You know
you
how
can have Baboon.
No,
I'm happy
You know
you
what?
got
Oh,
it.
see, don't reverse psychology.
No, I'm not.
Because I know
Fuck.
you do. Because here's the deal. You know how we're going to do merchandising? There's going to be
Merchandise.
triple extra large adult diapers, and that's going to be Baboon's gimmick. So available is going to be. I'm trying to think of a name for the product.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know. It's the.
Oh, you're already making money off of it.
Yep. Well, the idea is to
Oh,
get
yeah, I
rich
got
on
you.
this.
You're-
The
you're
Baboon
correct.
will wear adult Pampers. We may call them Bampers or something like
You
that.
have to go change his diaper.
I mean, they're
That
gonna be-
table in the bathroom.
Dude, I can't wait to see it when he comes out. There are going to be a bunch of people in adult diapers. Baboon, baboon, you know? And they're going to be upset when he doesn't pee himself. So, Baboon is
That's
my
your guy?
right?
Yeah.
Right? What about you?
Oh,
You
man.
can keep it a secret if you want.
I might change mine now.
Okay, so while you're thinking about that, let's go through some of our roster. We
Well,
got
wait.
about-
I'll just give you mine then.
Okay, well, who's your muscle?
As of right now, I'm gonna go with Thunder Lips.
Thunder Lips?
Yeah.
Man, he's not as big as Baboon.
Big.
He's not as big as Baboon, and he only has
I
three
know,
fingers
but-
on his right hand.
But he makes me laugh.
How did he lose those fingers?
I don't know. I don't ask
Right.
those questions. He said he didn't want to talk about it. I'm like, all right, the man don't want to talk about it. I didn't pressure him into it. Like, tell me how you lost those fingers. No.
Well-
we're going to talk about this because people might want to know how you lost those fingers. I'm sure it was like doing concrete work or something, right? I mean,
Right.
the guy's not, you could tell he's
Just
a
because
hard
he's
worker.
Mexican? You think just because he's Mexican, it had to be doing concrete work?
No, because that shit was all drying on his fingers, like it was white.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you know what's weird is that
it's weird world.
It's the pinky and the index, as if it was someone was meant, so he couldn't do the horns anymore. Those are the two fingers he's missing. So he's got these two middle and the thumb.
He's almost like a lobster.
Thank God he's got the thumb.
Yeah.
Thank God he's got the thumb, because.
Well, I think he don't even use his hands. He just bites shit and uses his lips. Like, those things have independent motions on them. Like, giant fucking lips on this guy.
They do.
And they can move. Like, he can... That's why I was like, oh, this guy would be great for promos.
They got, it's like two polio legs in the middle of that.
Super nice guy. Don't understand anything he says, but he understands me perfectly. And, like, when I go do,
I think they call that
punch
1.5 lingual.
All right, it works. Whatever
He
he is.
his language, and then he can. I've never heard him say anything though. He just always.
See, that's my thing though. I don't know if he's gonna win the championship though. I'm not gonna take him as my pick, and he might be upset about that, or it doesn't really matter.
So I'm gonna go ahead and write this down. We're thinking.
But I don't think he's the best wrestler or fighter in this organization.
Well, no. I mean,
but he's loyal as hell. I can't understand what he says, and just. He's willing to do anything I ask. Like, he will, take a bullet for me.
Well, then
Pickle wouldn't try to take the bullet. He just would if he was in the same 500-mile radius.
So, because you said he's not the best wrestler. That's clear because I think it's very clear that our ace in the hole, our stud, our number one guy is Big Money Malone.
They don't call him Big Money for nothing.
Big Money Malone.
All right, that's WNCW on the Wine and Cheese Show. Dirtiest Players Network.
CW. That's some funny shit in there.
I'm excited about it.
It's interesting.
It's going well. Well, it was. We got a big thing coming up Monday night.
Oh, yeah?
At a secret, place.
Really?
And we're taping all this. We're recording it. But we're not going live. It's just too much trouble to do.
Maybe that'll be part of my What's Mayday Gotta Say.
What's that?
The Facebook Live thing. That's just sometimes more trouble than it's worth on there.
We're not there yet.
I know.
But we're recording Monday night. We got our first main, event.
All right.
So we'll see how that goes. We'll keep everybody up to date. We should be doing Wine and Cheese again on Wednesday.
Nice.
So we'll have a full update on what happened on WNCW, our first event, Monday night. It's not open to the public.
Monday. Oh, so nobody can go. So you got to listen to it.
Closed door
That's
recording.
Smart. That's pretty smart.
Yeah, we're saving it.
Tell
We're
everybody and not give it to them.
I think we're gonna stockpile all the footage and then hold out for a big deal.
Nice.
I don't know. We'll see. Keep up to date with that. Allie advised me during the week that I'm a bad motivator. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bad at motivating.
You go ahead.
No, go ahead.
He pretty much said that he's the only person that does anything on the show.
It's not what I said.
Oh, really? I can do this.
Well, that's Allie's interpretation, but we'll run with that. Go ahead.
So, he said something like, "We don't do any preparation."
Both of us?
And I was like, Mayday actually does a lot. I took up for you, and then he was like, "Yeah, you're right."
Maybe I was lumping you together for.
So really, he just meant me. So then he realized that yes, you do a lot, and then it's just me.
Well, one thing I did say, Mayday was producing the next episode, to where he goes, "Hey, I want Mr. Harry." He came up with the idea of. He's been spearheading that, and all. So yeah, I'm talking. What I was talking about is pulling content. Allie had a complaint about. Oh, it just seems like we're talking about movies too much or this. And I'm like, well, that's kind of what we're doing right now. It's not like we plan to do this.
Right.
It was like, all right, we're not going to shows and we're not, actively involved in some kind of local music scene or whatever it is.
I think I think the show has been way better with you guys. It's cool to listen to you all just kind of like doing your regular day shit and kind of talking about
That's what this show's always kind of been about, is what the things we experience and doing. But Allie was like, and basically what I said was, I'd love to bring more bits. You want to talk about something? Yeah. Talk about it. I'm like, but you got to do some prep work for it, because that's kind of shows through. Like every time we've come up with an idea with bits, and not just with Allie, with everybody. I mean, I think everybody's guilty of it. you don't put in the work before, and then the bit's really either not that good or you just really don't have that much information on it. It's like it takes prep work. So, like I always said, if anybody's got an idea or wants to do something and you're willing to put forth the couple of minutes, like Mayday goes and chops shit up and he goes, all right, for these bits, I have these things, you know?
Right.
But Allie took a kind of offense to it, which...
No, not really. I mean, I don't really care if that... Like, I don't care if he thinks... But my response basically was, somebody has to be the slacker. Why not it be me? And that's
Why do you feel you're the slacker?
Well, he feels I'm the slacker.
I'm just saying, don't criticize the fucking bits we do unless you're bringing something to the table.
I agree.
Like, I'm perfect.
I brought fucking water and coffee to the table, my friend.
You did good.
Motherfucker, I brought some shit to the table.
You understand my point, though?
Allie, that says a lot.
If Mayday started bitching about the bits, and I don't want you to talk about that because I can't find clips to it, or I feel we're talking about this too much, it's like, all right, well, what you got? What's Mayday got to say?
What you got? What you got?
So basically, what I was telling you is the complaint department's closed unless you're coming to the table with some ideas.
Yeah,
right?
I'm with you.
Yeah, but dude, I'm really good at just freestyling. I don't need all that.
That's what the third chair always says.
Yeah, you're right.
Winging it.
Oh,
I'm going to wing it tonight.
Helpful Alley.
So I guess we're going to have... Fuck you! Helpful Alley.
Yeah,
So I guess
that's my new name. I got it.
I guess we're going to have a very hairy Mother's Day is what we're looking at here.
The mother of all shows. I can't wait for that. So Mayday.
You and me both.
What's Mayday got to say? This is the Mayday bit right now. What's Mayday
All
got to
right.
say? What you bringing to the table today?
What am I bringing to the table? It's a PSA about Facebook Live and this whole streaming thing. That, if ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate that you want to broadcast. What you're doing.
You don't even have Facebook.
I know.
Go ahead. Sorry, this is
Thank
why.
you. Yeah. So many people do it so poorly that it's not worth watching, and then it's choppy if you don't have a good internet connection, and just it seems the audio is usually bad, the video is usually bad. It seems like it's ruining it to a certain degree, like that. When you watch it that way, it just it's like almost listening to bad audio, like a really well done song in a bad presentation. It's the same thing. It's like you're trying to convey an experience, but you're putting it in such a bad light that it's almost negatively impacting it. And I got to experience that, and it kind of.
What did you experience? I got to know. This is
I can't say
very odd.
specifics, but we did a live show where I was part of a live stream, and they did not have a good enough internet
If you can't do it well, don't do it.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Unless it's something like a car crash or if it's something that is
If
not going to get recorded. Right.
Absolutely. Please send that audio to me.
But you're talking more
multi-track
like
preferably.
live shows and stuff. When people
Yeah, it's
post
just-
these videos of live shows and the sound is horrible because
the
they're
video
too
looks
close to the
horrible,
speaker.
right.
We're not going to go through logistics, but
Right.
it looks bad because the camera can't handle the lighting. And it sounds bad because the speakers and the microphone can't handle the audio. You're posting a very poor representation of something that you probably like.
Right.
And you're
it may
ruining
be
it for
good, but I think on that presentation, when people see that, it's degrading. It degrades the experience, the actual experience. I think it turns some people off. They're like, I don't know what the fuck
you know
is
what
going
it reminds
on.
me
But
of? I know some of these people. Hopefully they're listening. They go and steal the movies. They don't want to pay the money.
And they watch the shit with people
because they
walking in
think that
front
they
of the
just
street.
deserve
Yeah.
art
Oh,
and people to
man.
spend money.
Yeah,
they
that's-
they think they deserve people to spend money to make this shit so
Right.
that they can steal it, and they'll watch it in a
Entitlement.
shit quality.
Yep.
Like if somebody went out there and stole Guardians of the Galaxy and watched that from somebody recording it on a camcorder.
why would you
or
do
something.
that? It's shaky
Because
to
they
begin
fucking
with.
just those people. They just want to see it, but they don't want to put forth any of the effort. So they're willing to rob themselves of the
What's the
experience and
effort?
also rob the money that it costs to make those things.
Yeah, but I.
Guardians of the Galaxy and Rogue One and Force Awakens are a very good example of that. I mean, if you go and you look up any of those mods that, like Force Awakens and Rogue One, not on the side, but I mean, before they were released to DVD or Blu-ray, and you wanted to watch those movies on something like a streaming service that was like like you go and look at, like, hijack a movie basically to watch it. Everything on there was all hand cam shots. Like
fuck that.
somebody shot the shit in China. Like you can sit there and it actually has the Chinese subtitles. or for some other country. And I agree with you. I mean, man, you have a movie that somebody sits there and says, I'm going to make a superhero movie or a Star Wars movie or a Star Trek movie or an alien movie or whatever. And the audience that I'm calling to is expecting high quality images and sound.
Yes.
Why in the fuck would you want to watch a hand cam version?
That goes
of
hand in hand between YouTube and that the market is already oversaturated. So when you're putting that as a negative light where it's not doing it justice, I think it's robbing it. It's robbing the actual experience, also the people that worked on it. And I have a big problem with that because they're getting cheated, they're getting ripped off on that, and it's not fair in a way.
Right.
So
Yeah. Good luck on that.
That's
on
just
that
me.
battle.
Oh, I understand.
It's never
I'm
going
just
to
saying.
happen. Just be more and more. I'm waiting.
agree.
My mom's going to start going Facebook Live. That's how you know when it's over. When my parents start doing it, that's it.
Oh God!
I have a.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I have a
God,
jailbroken.
here we go.
I got a jailbroken, Fire Stick that I watch
really?
stuff on.
All right.
But
Lock the doors, get 'em.
But no, wait. But hold on, time out. The stuff that I watch is all available on free apps. It's just the thing with it is that some of those episodes fall off of the queue sometimes, and I don't have the time to catch up with them at the rate that they're releasing.
Whatever you
them.
want to lie to yourself.
No,
about.
seriously.
This is what Mayday's got to say.
I can go. No, look, I can go on the CW app and I can watch the shows I want to watch or the ABC
Why
app.
why would you want to do that?
Because, dude, I mean, look,
horrible.
I like The Flash, man. I like that show. But when I go and I want to watch that, they only release like 4 episodes at a time. I might miss like fucking 8 of them. But I have my Fire Stick to where I can use that to fall back. But
I
don't.
got that fire stick.
Oh, my other shit I watch on
Nice.
Netflix, and I pay for Netflix. So,
Well, I hope you go to jail.
It's white.
Mayday, you got anything else left to say? Or that's all for this
That's
week.
it. I think that's all for this week. I'm going to have a lot, hopefully, between Harry and I and the moms next week, we're going to have quite a lot to say.
All
Maybe
right.
not. Maybe
it's
just
gonna
Harry will
be-
just railroad us the whole time.
Probably. Well, dude, the next segment, Alley Investigations.
I'm really excited to hear what this is about.
Really? Who
Yeah.
is Jackson Jackson?
Well, basically, he's like the most prolific guitar player in all of known history to mankind.
I've seen this guy. It's fucking amazing.
So it's just like out of nowhere, this fucking dude is just taking the music scene and turning it upside down. And I don't even just mean
He's making it great again.
I don't just mean the local music scene. I mean like worldwide, planet-wide, universe-wide. Jackson Jackson is just like, he's on a whole nother level that I think a lot of people don't even understand it because they do have some fucking haters.
Really?
Yeah,
How
they
could
do.
you not
They've
like
had
this
people
guy?
hate on him, dude. Like comment on his stuff and just say this is garbage. Just the dumb shit. People do that when they know something's good, especially when it's as good as this, and you can't handle it, and they hate. They hate on this fucking.
If he hooked up with that new drummer, the guy is teaching everybody that you can go there and he'll do the double kicks.
Oh, the kickers, boy.
Yeah, if he hooks up with him, that's going to be impressive.
Dude,
That was stunning.
I don't even know if I could handle that.
If Jackson Jackson and New Mebra and then Greg from Brobridge get together, we could be in trouble. Like, we got a powerhouse.
Exactly.
What I know about Jackson Jackson from his Facebook profile, because he's kind of a mystery. Like I've never seen him before out in the scene or whatever.
He don't
but,
go to shows like the rest of the musicians.
his occupation is rock god, at musician. That's
All right, he's shooting big.
He studied conspiracy
His ego's
theories.
son.
Okay. He studied conspiracy theories at David Wolf Education Center for Greatness. And he also went to L.W. Higgins High School. And that's in Marrero. So how the fuck did I not see this dude? You see what I'm saying? Like,
I
how
have
did I
some
not
evidence,
know?
too, for you, Allie.
I was growing up that close to a legend. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't even know it.
Apparently, he's from Venice, Louisiana. And he's been married since May 8th, 1990. So I don't know how old. It says his birthday's May 8th, 1990. So, like, I don't know if, like, he was born and he was already married. I
Might
think
have
he's
been
married to
arranged.
himself. He's like Cartman's mom, I guess, where it's like just one person. Like he could birth things just by himself without, you know what I'm saying? He's like
I'll
whatever
go with
they
that.
call it
Just
in the
watch
animals where
Guardians
they
of the
can just like
Galaxy.
reproduce.
He's like Shmi
without-
Skywalker, man.
Something sexual, but I can't think
Oh,
of the
yeah, I
word. But
got
he's
you,
that
yeah.
dude.
He
like,
can pollinate himself.
Asexual.
it's
No,
not
that's
asexual
Allie.
though. It's like
No.
something where you can like do your own self, like do yourself.
Ampimorphic.
Like if people
Allie-
tell him go fuck himself, he's like, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Allie, I didn't know you were in the middle of this investigation, but I can give you a piece of evidence that might help you lock some stuff together too.
Oh my God.
Someone sent me this guy's profile that I should be watching this guy, and it was sent to me by Devin Fleming.
Oh man, don't trust him, man.
So it was sent to me by Devin. So
Okay,
if that adds into your investigation and helps you follow the trail of breadcrumbs,
I
there
think
you
Devin's
go.
just a fanboy chasing after him. I don't think he's got anything to do. He's not in association with him.
I
At all.
wouldn't open his email personally.
So the main thing is he's a musician, he's a rock god, as we said, but he's giving lessons now. Like he's trying to teach. He's not being one of those greedy, egotistical motherfuckers. He's like the all love, no hate kind of guy, almost like a hippie, slow,
Why
he
not?
stutters. And
I don't like him already.
basically he's giving lessons to like little children and shit and teaching people how to play guitar that like never could learn from. I mean, he's one of those where it's like a mentoring you, like
Fuck them
he's like
8-year-olds. They had it
creating a
coming.
fucking he's creating young minds into like incredible players. But so basically
Fuck them 8-year-olds.
he said that when he was in the David Wolf Education Center for Greatness, he learned how to align his chakra and the value of avoiding big pharma. Says that chocolate is an octave of the sun, and anyone who denies it is an uneducated Neanderthal. So that kind of explains how he feels about
This dude sounds like a fucking college
like
student.
philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously he's real in touch with his spiritual side, and
When he's not playing guitar, he's
he
reading.
he's trying to obviously spread awareness about big pharma.
Either
big
that or throwing
pharmaceutical
Molotov
companies.
cocktails for Antifa.
It said he dropped out of school. He dropped out of L.W. Higgins.
All right, he's smart
Said
then. See,
he
he
didn't
didn't
feel
go
the
there.
need. He didn't feel the need to entertain the idea of an institutionalized education system. He feels that public education is a burden on the taxpayers and did not feel it reflects or their conservative values.
All right, so he's a guitar player, a musician with a platform.
Yeah, so it's like and like I said, he's teaching children, and I mean.
His guitar
He's giving
lessons
back.
are quite a sight to behold.
He's giving back. And then, he's got a whole YouTube channel now. And it's like for beginners to learn how to play, guitar. He's like really easy and really simple. He's almost like the Bob Ross of guitar. He says one point, he's like, it's okay. If you mess up, it's okay. Just try again. It's going to be okay. Like
I
he
thought
really
you were going to
makes,
say because of the afro.
no, I think he's going to, with the afro too, I guess. But
Dude, did you know Bob Ross's afro was fake?
Totally.
No, I had no
Yeah,
idea.
that
It's
was
kind
a
of like
wink.
Justin Wilson, the Cajun chef. His accent was fake.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
That's fucking crazy. All
who
right.
was?
Yes, it was. That was all an act to sell TV.
Talking about Justin Wilson, you said?
Justin Wilson,
Oh,
I
God,
guarantee.
that was fake? Oh,
I
man. He
guarantee
was so good.
that accent was fake as a motherfucker.
Not
I
real
loved him.
accent.
Not real
Oh,
accent.
boy, why you tell me that, boy?
Not real coot. Not
you
real
stand
coot
with
ass.
son? That boy not really Cajun, man. You fucking with me, boy.
Well, anything else on Jackson? That's it.
I was trying-
Man,
yeah,
sounds
the,
like you're a big fan.
Basically, I think
Jesus.
that what he's
Lot of
doing is
preparation.
he's not
Yeah.
only performing, but he's giving back to the community by sharing his ridiculous talent, like in his teaching style. So he's like making kids feel good about themselves while actually learning something from, like
We'll
I said,
find out in a
professional.
couple of months he's a pedophile. That's how
No,
Devin knows
no,
him.
no. I think he might teach adults too, but he's teaching people who really have never touched a guitar before. Like he's kind of, like easing them in.
Sounds
This
like
sounds
he
like
never
less
touched
of
the
an
guitar
investigation and more of a commercial.
Before. Yeah,
And
no
I
shit.
wanted to tell you too
Jesus.
that earlier you mentioned
Fair and balanced here, not real.
Earlier you mentioned the kickers. Somebody that Mebron knows is Chaz. His name's Chaz. It's Chaz's ×2 or X2 Kicker Emporium. So his basic thing was if your drummer can't play kickers, we got kickers for you, boy. And he explained all the different types of kickers he had
fucking dude.
to do the double bass or whatever it is. And man, that dude's got a cool thing going too, because he's kind of, hey, your drummer sucks. Look, you can just use this little device that he makes, and then it'll just play double bass for him. It's pretty
I'm telling
cool.
you, the scene is coming back. I'm happy to be a part of
Yeah,
it.
look at these people that we have that are like, but see, that's the main thing though.
Give it back.
This is about fucking community, and these guys are selflessly giving of themselves. You know what I mean?
This is
Neither
the
one of
most
them are charging a lot of
entertaining
money.
group of people
and they're trying
that
to
have done
actually
music
build,
around in a while.
Yeah, they're building this scene up to be something that should be, where people are more of like a community and not like a competition. They're sharing what they have instead of like hoarding it. You
That's
know?
great. Well, go check out me, bruh.
Well, no, it's not
on
Mebra.
the, but it's up on the Mebra
Emporium.
page.
Well, it's on
correct?
the Mebra. It's on
Good.
Mebra
So
von
go check that
Funkmeister's
out, and also
Facebook
you can
page.
check out Jackson.
Jackson. Yes.
Me, bra, you
Might
be me,
learn
bra.
something.
B-Bra's a scene onto his own, man.
He is.
Fucking love that dude.
Dude, we watched Gimme Shelter during the week. I did my, I'm trying to get ready to go to sleep, so I started flipping through YouTube shit and watch list. They got tons of list on YouTube, man, and I can't help it. I gotta watch.
Is it kind of like the 10 bands that like you've seen, but we have to guess which one you didn't? Those kind of fucking lists.
These don't fuck with you. They're just like different lists. Top 10. 10 reasons this and all
I can't
of
even
them.
watch that.
I don't watch suicide ones anymore. 13.
I got 13 reasons
13 was
why.
enough. Yeah.
God.
13 reasons. Oh, let's go to this since
Go
we brought
take
it
a
up.
bath, Hannah.
Season 2 of 13 Reasons has got approved. Greenlit.
Are you serious? They
There'll
really
be
do?
13 more reasons.
I'm 13 more
In
reasons.
the courtroom.
This is one of them ones. It did good. It was a good show. Let it die like Hannah Baker. Like, why do we need? We don't need.
No, dude, there was a lot of unanswered.
I don't want to
shit.
see fucking him driving around in Tony's car, going on adventures, talking about
man,
Hannah
y'all
Baker.
There was a lot that's gonna happen to these.
How does it
people.
end? They become Hare Krishna or something like
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. We could do that for the next 20 minutes and just call that a night. Gimme Shelter documentary. They had the top fucking what was it? I can't remember the name of it. It was something like documentaries that they tried to get pulled or top controversial documentaries or something. And one of them comes up and it was Gimme Shelter, and it was about the free Rolling Stones concert that they did. I think it was in '69. The documentary came out.
This
in
the one with the
70s.
Hell's Angels?
Yeah, Hell's Angels got hired to do security for it.
Yeah. That wasn't going to end well.
So I'm like, man, this.
Who hired him?
Wait, let's get to it. Let me go. So there's a guy, a black guy, gets killed in it by a Hell's Angel member who got hired to do security, and I think they were paid in beer and cigarettes. And then the guy ends up getting off with killing him, like it was justified. And here's a documentary about it, and that's all I knew. All right. Well, I turned the documentary on, and very cool to see, Rolling Stones perform. I think they start showing footage 3 shows before the free concert.
Yeah, okay.
In the beginning, the documentary starts off, and it's just different members of the Rolling Stones watching the footage that you're about to watch and kind of their comments. And it's not like a whole bunch of comments, almost their reactions. They weren't saying much, which was smart. This is a court case that was happening. So they're not saying much, but they're commenting a little bit on the footage as they're watching. I think they also are listening to a radio show that are talking about the incident.
Right.
And it's kind of their reactions. Then there's footage of them performing at the shows leading up to this. There's no voiceovers, like at all. There's no one
So you're just watching
narrating.
that natural reaction.
You're watching their reaction, and then they're cutting to actual footage, and there's no one narrating over this thing. You're just watching the footage that they recorded.
That's pretty fucking cool, though.
About halfway through, I wanted to watch a documentary, not a live performance by the Rolling Stones. So I kind of was fast forwarding because I got bored. Like I was like, it was cool to watch one song, but it looks the same. Anyway, I cheated and I fast forwarded to the build up to the big concert. Well, you could see this is not going well.
Yeah.
They show some footage of a lawyer talking to the guy who owns the racetrack that they want to have it at. And, dude, they're already bickering that the guy who owns the racetrack does not want it to happen. I think this is just post-Woodstock. I think a lot of people who are... I'm almost positive I didn't really do a whole lot of research, but I seen him with the jacket that kind of looks like an Indian jacket. It looked like the same guy who put on Woodstock was involved in helping put on this. And I think the people who wanted to go to it, they wanted to relive Woodstock. They probably didn't go to Woodstock and they were like, I want to do that. They saw the pictures and they heard about it and they wanted to reenact Woodstock. And I think this free show was trying to capture some kind of energy, just of like Woodstock 2, they were going to do it. Jefferson Airplane was playing at it and a couple of other bands. I don't remember the names. But it's already going bad before it even starts, right? They get to the concert. And the Rolling Stones get off, and they get off a helicopter, and Mick Jagger gets like punched in the face almost instantly by like a crazy fan.
Wow.
And I mean, they have no control over this thing. You look and you see a couple of cops here and there, maybe like 3 throughout the whole thing. And then there's tons of these Hell's Angels members. But it didn't look like they were doing security at first. It looked like they almost just had a couple of cops and thought people were just going to behave themselves, right? That's kind of what it looked like. Because I'm not sure, but from watching the documentary, it seemed like to me that they hired them like a little bit into the concert to go, hey, we need some security, and these guys are here, they're a unit, they all match. I think they said they got one of the guys, I think he said, got paid in beer.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, so they're like, hell yeah, we'll do security. So they start doing security. There's so many people out there. It's just a sea of people. It looked like, can you imagine Jazz Fest? But you start noticing things like they didn't put barricades in front of the stage.
Oh, yeah.
So the people, the massive crowd is up at the thing. Dude, they go out there in the middle of the day, and you could tell there's like heavy LSD use, drinking, probably tons of pot. Like they're going at it. And you could see in the footage, like, man, shit's deteriorating before the first band even gets on
They
stage.
haven't even done finished setting up.
Yeah, they
yet.
haven't dropped one note, and these people are all
They
fucked
built
up
some
and crazy.
I don't know what the scaffolding was for, but it was up there, and of course people are climbing on it, and they're like, you please get down off of this. It's not made. It's going to fall, you know. So they're having trouble already. The concert starts. Before the first band even gets into it, and they weren't very popular. I didn't even hear them. I'm sure they were kind of popular at that time, but they didn't withstand the test of time because I didn't even I don't know who they were. But the crowd's already going nuts trying to get on the stage. It's just pandemonium. The Hell's Angels start performing security, right? And they're like bringing their bikes in. You see them driving the bikes through the crowds, and they're like parking the bikes kind of by the stage and shit. And you're like, this is just fucking dumb. Like, I couldn't believe it was happening. I'm like, this is real life. This really happened. Mayday and I were talking earlier. I was like, it's a long time ago. He's like, well, no, it wasn't really that long. I'm like, well, things seem so different now from, 40 years ago? 40,000. But it just... to watch it, this is the Rolling Stones that are about to get up on stage, and there's no barricades. The security is being put on by the
and their
Hells Angels.
security is a fucking like legendary violent motorcycle gang, like
with pool sticks,
like the one,
that was the
like
thing I
bring
loved.
pool sticks,
like the. I mean, dude, the gang. I mean, when you think about violent
bad of the
motorcycle
bad.
gangs, who do you think of? The fucking Hells Angels with a bunch of free love fucking hippies.
Yeah, so
that's a brilliant idea.
They're out there with pool sticks. Like they had pool sticks out there. Like
I know, multiples
How did
of
they
them,
even
too.
get there? And you're on a bike, so you know pool sticks probably not the easiest thing to bring with you. Did they like get the pool sticks shipped in there? I don't know. It's very complicated. But man, Jefferson Airplane, they're performing, which is cool to see. Gray Slick kind of up there doing a thing.
yeah.
That was neat. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of footage of them before, so
Yeah,
that was
because
kind of cool.
they,
And dude, they have no room on the stage because all the Hells Angels are like on the stage, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And then people in the crowd, they got naked people. A lot of people
the naked chick trying to get up, and like they had to keep on
They got a
pushing her
dude
down.
having a seizure in the audience,
Yeah.
and they're like passing
Yeah,
him
he's
around.
crowd
Like, it
surfing.
looks like he's crowd surfing, but he's having a seizure. Like you could look at when they get the good camera angle, and you're like, wow, that dude was like having a problem, and they just pass him
They're
around
just,
like
hey,
a
that's
joint.
awesome.
Like holy crap! There's no. They asking people if you're. We need.
we need
we need supplies like for the
ace
volunteer
bandages and gauze and
Yeah.
stuff.
No. Oh god.
If there are any
fucking
doctors,
crazy.
please report to the scaffolding.
One of the singer, not Grace Slick, but the guy, he gets fucking punched. But I think a Hell's Angels thinking maybe he was a guy from the crowd trying to get on. And he gets freaking punched.
Yeah.
They're like begging people to chill out, right?
Yeah.
I think at one point Grace Slick asked him to sit down because everybody kind of sits down. And it's like, oh man, they try to get through. It looked like every band, the bands weren't even having fun. They were just like, I think they were legitimately scared and should have been.
Yeah, it was bad. People were on
And
the stage.
they were
all the
also
time.
coming from every angle of the stage. So basically, if something happened, they basically were like surrounded on an island of this like of people.
And you know how when we go to like metal shows, that's what they want it to feel like? That's the environment they're trying to make.
Yeah.
And watching this,
yeah,
that was real.
Right.
Like you were feeling that was a more metal than any metal show I've ever seen. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, some shit was going down.
So then, dude, by the time it gets dark, and it's cool because just like at a concert, there's that cool transition that happens between the day and the night show. It like gets taken up to that whole nother level, and things look completely different.
Now, this whole documentary has no
narration.
No narration at all. So, in
Zero.
other words, all right, so the part you're talking about, this goes through the whole thing. I'm like, there's no narration in some parts and not in others. No.
Zero narration.
Wow.
And
So-
I think you'll like it too. It's kind of cool. George Lucas was actually one of the cameramen, but
Yeah.
none of his footage got used because his camera jammed.
Oh.
So he was there recording.
It
but
wasn't
nothing
actually
came
George Lucas. It was Harrison Ford. That's who it was.
out. George Lucas.
Him too?
What?
Because I know Ford was one of the guys who was Ford did camera for some show, and they told him he was terrible, and he actually got fired. I
Oh,
saw
really?
him review
No.
that in an interview.
No,
Yeah.
supposedly on the.
Could have been George Lucas. I'm
Yeah, I don't know, but
He was there.
The directors are called the Maisley brothers, and that was kind of their thing. Let's make a documentary and just show what the facts. What
so
we
you're watching,
recorded.
you're watching a concert movie, but you're actually watching the crazy fucking shit that's going on.
And then you're also watching the crazy shit going on film while members of the Stones are watching it for the first time, and they're filming that.
Now, what year? How old are they when they're watching this?
Oh, it's recent.
so this
I
was
think the
recent.
concert was in '69. The
Yeah.
documentary came out in '70.
Yeah, it was within like a month or so. When they shot
Oh,
it
okay.
kinda
So
thing.
they're still
it was-
they're still pretty young.
Oh, yeah.
when they're watching
Yeah.
this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
well,
the directors, that was kind of their thing of don't put narration to it because then you're swaying it some way. Like if you want to do a documentary film,
I mean,
just show
that's pretty interesting.
just show what the fuck was that happened and let people draw their own conclusions. And they got some really good footage, dude. It gets to the point where Mick Jagger, you could tell he's not having fun. You could tell he's scared because you start to hang on every word you say because you realize the impact that it can have.
Oh yeah.
And like he would just get into sympathy for the devil, and it's like, holy shit! Like
Right.
he knew.
Everybody
he's like-
calm down.
Yeah.
Calm
after
down.
he's like, man, weird things happen when we play that song, and it's
Yeah.
just like, man, the Hell's Angels just start. They got camera footage of one of them. You watch him just start checking out. He starts
Oh,
taking
yeah.
off his fucking vest
You
because
saw
he's
him?
sweating
And
so
he-
much,
yeah.
and he's making all them crate like he's
Yeah.
going into the nether regions,
Right. You
like
saw
he's
that
going
shit?
bye bye.
Yeah.
And then the other Hell's Angels guy sees him and like grabs him and yanks him. This guy was doing security like on stage with me,
Yeah.
Mick Jagger. Like
Yeah,
this
like a
is
couple
happening
feet away.
right, yeah,
Right.
from me to Mayday.
Yeah.
Mick Jagger's doing a song, and there's the fucking Hell's Angel guy fucking going checking out, and the
Wow.
crowd is just fucking. They're fighting. There's too many of them. They're trying to get on stage. The Hell's Angels member. Every once in a while, you just see a big fight break out, and then kind of diminish. And then Jagger's begging everybody to chill out. He asks them again
Right.
to sit down. They try to make everybody sit down to listen to the song. And it was
Yeah.
like, man, that's when he needed to pull out Wild Horses. If he would have done
Yeah.
that, he'd calmed them all down.
Only dude I've ever seen calm a crowd like that. And I mean, granted, the crowd wasn't to that extreme, but I remember when Voodoo, it was the first year that Tool played, and they had Bush was the warm-up act, and the crowd was getting fucking rowdy, and like the dildos from Bush had like no control over the crowd. Well, Maynard came out from Tool, and they gear up to play their shit. And he had a conversation with the crowd to calm everybody the fuck down. And instead of breaking up with a song that, like, one of these rip your face off Tool songs, they're playing that trippy, serene shit. And if you watch Maynard give that speech to calm that crowd down, it was unfucking believable. I'll never forget that. I mean, it was like he was telling them, take a deep breath, now exhale, take a deep breath, take 2 steps back. And the crowd was listening to what he said, and he had their fucking ass chilled out in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
Yeah, it's just as much of a talent to calm people down as it is to excite them. Kind of like the little bug
Yeah.
bitch in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, right.
But man, I thought it was a great documentary. Unfortunately, I did have to fast forward through it.
I did fast forward through a little of it. I really enjoyed most of it. I enjoyed probably about 85% of it. There's a little bit that was a little boring that needed to go a little bit faster. But it's very interesting to see that peak of people.
Oh, the last 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. And then to actually watch the incident happen, because there were multiple cameras on stage. You could actually see the dude pull the gun out and then fucking the Hell's Angel attack him with a knife. It was
It's crazy that you see him earlier
Right.
also.
Yeah.
Like he stood
And
out.
he was wearing a
Like, if you're
giant
If you're going to rush the
lime
stage and
green
shoot somebody,
fucking thing,
you
yeah.
might not want to wear lime green.
He looked like Kermit the Frog. And then you saw the chick after that was right next to him. I guess
Yeah, his
they were
girlfriend
together
or something, yeah.
They basically called him DOA, and you see the girl like a couple feet away. They're closing him up, and they're like, "We're doing everything we can." And she's like, "I gotta go with him. I gotta go with him."
Yeah,
like,
the guy's
freaking
over
out,
there
man.
going, he's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
and
and
it's
they're
like, nah,
covering him
man,
up.
they're dead. He's
Hey,
dead.
did you
man.
catch? Did you catch? You saw the arm hanging out, like when he was dead, and they put the
No.
cloth over him. The arm was hanging out of the gurney, and it was full of blood, and like you could just barely see it. And then the guy next to him that helped get him on the gurney was all full of blood. It was kind of surreal.
They
That's
stop.
crazy,
they,
man.
They freeze the footage, and you see the gun against the chick that was with him's
Oh, yeah,
dress,
yeah.
and then you see the Hell's Angels guy coming at him with a knife.
Right.
I think they stabbed the shit out of him and killed
Yeah.
him, but they did get off because he didn't have a gun. He
Right.
was going at the stage like, God damn it! If you're
Yeah.
gonna, if I'm paying somebody to do security, I'm not
Right.
gonna say
He did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gun against the knife, dude.
I mean,
Won.
if it was a cop, he would have shot at him or something
Right.
in a
Maybe
crowd of
shot-
people.
right.
Like, oh man, that was just crazy
How would
that
that
it even
work?
happened. You know, Allie, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was pretty crazy. I mean, weird to see, knowing that they still have festivals like that where there's like thousands and thousands of people sardined in somewhere.
That was like 300,000.
But I'm just making a point that like the being sardined in thing, like the way that people were acting then and the drugs that they were on.
Oh, yeah.
It seemed to be a lot fucking scarier to be
Yeah.
at something like that back then. Is what I was
Because there was
trying
no
to get
control.
to. Like there was no control and people were different back then. And like people, I mean, you probably get shot here, but I'm just saying like these people were on some fucked up drugs. Like it wasn't even they wanted to be violent. I think like people were out the box. Dudes were like seizing up and like flipping out and shit, and people were like passing out, throwing up. I mean, it was crazy.
I think you do have that now. It's just different. It's handled better. Like
This
that was
thing
the,
wasn't
you
an
could never
organized
do
event
that.
like
you
that.
could never do that now because of insurance companies.
Well, one thing we were saying to each other was, there's no way that would happen now because everything you go to, there's security like a motherfucker. There's barricades way far from the stage. Like they were on the stage. Like there was at least 50 people on the stage at one point. They were trying to get them all up.
And there was no
like,
buffer from the stage, too.
nothing,
They were
that's what I'm
literally
saying.
up to
They
the
were-
stage.
they could
the
touch the stage.
monitors keep falling off the stage, and you're watching people go and they start pushing the monitors back.
They
up
made
on
like
the
a
stage.
barricade with them. You
Oh,
notice
man.
that?
The most recent example of a concert like this would be that fucking horrible bullshit recreation of 1999 with Woodstock, where they tried to bring back Woodstock 1999, and
Was
it
that
was
with
like
Pearl Jam and Rage
oh,
Against the
it was
Machine?
like every motherfucker that was popular at the time. It was like it was like Sheryl Crow to Limp Bizkit to Soundgarden to Green Day. If there was a fucking act selling albums, they played at this goddamn thing. And I mean, dude, it was selling 32-ounce Cokes and fucking, $40 T-shirts and typical bullshit. And I mean, dude, there was a lot of violence and a lot of shit.
They set stuff on fire. Was that the bonfire
yeah.
they made?
I
That was
remember
awesome.
when MTV came out. They covered it, and the guy at the time was Kirk Loder, who was their big news guy. He came out at the end and basically said, "Look, I thought this from the beginning, and now I can break corporate character. This festival is a pile of fucking bullshit, and all of this crap that you're watching right now is to do with fucking greed and mass fucking consumerism." And dude, he was right. I mean, that's the only thing in recent memory that I can remember. I mean, except fucking, Eagles, a death metal show where you got a bunch of dudes that show up and Uzi the fuck out of everybody. I'm talking to like a festival like this. I mean, yeah, that bullshit Woodstock 1999 was fucking trash. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a documentary about that bullshit someday.
Dude, we went to Jared's birthday, man. Happy birthday, Jared.
Happy
that was
birthday,
great. I got to see his
motherfucker.
wrestling collection. They were awesome.
That was awesome. It was a fun day. Got to hang out with Brawler. Got to hang out with Shane and Sam.
Yeah, they're coming on in 2 weeks. Brawler
Jared.
and Jared in
Yes.
the same room. The Not
Save
Real
it,
Studio
stop
may
it.
never be the same again. They definitely like the compliment Mayday, which usually works out great for everybody.
I'm sure I'll be stoked.
Yeah,
Like Tyree.
I agree.
That should be fun. Dude, I found this. I thought it was kind of funny, not just because the guy's funny looking himself, but there's a movie being made. I think it's, I don't know, maybe next year, some Rampage, the movie based on the 1980s video game. And if that wasn't exciting enough, The Rock's going to star in it. All right, that way he could be in 14 movies that year, whenever that comes out. Dude, this is, it's funny. I was like, all right, Did the Rock? I'm like, this ruins the Rock's career, right? And I
Doesn't
started
ruin
thinking,
shit.
does the Rock even really have a career?
Oh, fucking A, he does.
You see, I
I'd
don't
say
think he does.
He's got a huge
I would
career.
say he has a career, but to me, not that good.
He just makes anything he's asked to do, and he doesn't actually have
But
to act or assume
it's
a character.
so weird, though, because, man, it's like everything he's attached to makes stupid fucking money. And it's hard to make the argument of him, of just saying, yeah, dude, well, he's on just like some kind of fucking gravy train and he just lucks out with his roles. Dude, they put him in stuff that's like not even an established property and it makes fucking bank. He's got an audience, man. You know
Well,
what I mean?
the guy's name's Brad Payton, right? He's the director of this Rampage movie. And I'm like, well, what else did this guy do? Maybe he did some stuff that I go, he's going to be good. He did Journey. I'm going to go backwards. Well, let's see. Started 2010. He did Cats and Dogs, Revenge of Kitty Galore. I was like, all right. What is that?
It's a sequel to a kid's movie.
He did so good with that, though, that they were so impressed that they were like, you should do Journey 2. I'd never seen Journey 1.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Correct. But he did Journey 2, and that starred The Rock. All right.
And?
Such a great fucking actor that makes all these amazing movies and has such star power that you don't even know, never even heard of Journey 2. Came out in 2012. You'd think you would have heard of that. But it's,
That was that. Oh, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Okay.
Yeah, it says
all right.
Mysterious Island.
Yeah, okay. I know what that is now.
And The Rock
Never
was in
heard
it.
of that.
He did San Andreas. That was 2015.
Yeah, I know what that
I don't
movie
know
is
what that
too.
is.
Was
That
that great?
movie, I didn't see it, but it did well.
It's good.
I mean-
It starred The Rock.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this guy, him and The Rock, man. What are they? They fucking, they attached it to him. And then he did 2016's Frontier TV series. He did 2 episodes, and none of the episodes I saw were good. So, surprise on that one. With I guess the Momoa guy was in that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
okay.
horrible though.
He cheated on The Rock a little bit. But then he did San Andreas 2, which I never remember even that coming out. That just happened to star The Rock also, man. All right, we're doing good with this guy. Then he also did, he's going to do a Journey 3.
No, they don't need to do that.
From the Earth to the Moon, and that's going to star The Rock. And then he's going to be doing Rampage, which is also going to star The Rock. So I'm like, all right, this dude is a shit director, and I'm sorry, The Rock has been watered down to the point of becoming a diamond at this point.
I agree.
It's
He's
The
been
Rock,
on everything.
and he's
It's
not
nothing
good.
right. It's just it's
Like
it's
once you're in
safe roles.
everything,
right? Yeah.
Then are you really
Wasn't
giving
he
us
on a
anything?
Daddy Daycare or one of those? Like as soon as he hit that, and it was like the Family G shit. I was like,
He was starting a movie where he played the Tooth Fairy, and that was his
yeah.
kind of.
Yeah, that's what Harry said.
Yeah, that was his.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing with it is, man, like he's one of these guys. I'm indifferent about The Rock. I really couldn't give 2 fucks. But I mean, you can't deny, man. He gets attached to movies and they do well. I mean,
he's my
but
new Will
why?
Smith.
That's
Yeah.
the question.
Because people are fucking dumb and they'll accept mediocrity. They don't want it to transcend. They just keep feeding him the garbage. He's fucking
He's got a
McDonald's
following.
hamburger.
Wait, wasn't he in Fast and the Furious or whatever
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
other big one?
Oh, he's gonna be in Baywatch coming out too. That blockbuster, fucking Snorefest. Like, I'm sorry, The Rock. That's great that he's getting roles and he's generating money. But god damn, at some point, I guess he didn't never want to be taken serious. I mean, he came from wrestling. Right now, though, if you're gonna take Batista and The Rock, and then I have to pick who's gonna be in the movie, I'd rather see Batista play another role than The Rock.
Batista is the shit.
Shit, man. Batista played one of the big bads in the last James Bond movie that Daniel Craig played in, and he was fucking awesome. It was just cool.
Oh, shit, huh?
It was just cool to see, like, a guy like that. They said, the producers of Bond said, we're looking for a kind of unique villain, something that's kind of like Jaws or Odd Job, or something that kind of stands out.
Yeah.
And they cast Batista, and he was fucking great, man. I mean, he beat the shit out of James Bond, beat his ass because he's a big dude, you know?
Whoop that motherfucker.
Well, the people will get tired of Rock. I'm just usually cutting edge. Like, I get tired of something first, and believe me, The Rock is now.
Well, he's got
goddamn.
his following, you know what I mean? Whatever.
It's kind of weird.
There's only, I have to say that Baywatch trailer, there's only been one fucking trailer worse than that trailer, and that was that,
Ghostbusters.
no, Chips.
Oh.
God, that dog shit. That movie bombed in like a week. Like, it was out in the theater, and like they were like, yeah, okay, we're sorry, and they yanked it. This Baywatch movie, I think, will do good. I mean, it'll make some money. I don't think it's going to make
fuck is
retarded money.
Chips?
Well, dude.
Chips was the motorcycle movie with
A lot of motorcycles.
They got it was Dax Shepard played and they got the Spanish guy Michael Pena to play Poncherelli.
Oh, that looks fucking stupid.
It was it came and went. They pulled it out. They did the fucking movie, and like a week later, it was out.
Yeah,
Like it was out of the theater.
Speaking of that, King Arthur comes out this week. Legend of the Sword. Yeah, that's what I thought too, especially from watching the trailer.
I fucking love Guy Ritchie, man. Why would he?
That's
do
what I was about to
this,
say.
man? I
I'm
mean,
like, who directed this piece of shit? I'm like, Guy Ritchie. I'm like, what the fuck?
Everybody thought it was a piece of shit. No lie.
They couldn't even make a good trailer out of this.
Oh, that's like the telltale. If you don't have a good trailer,
How could you not make it? They made a good enough trailer from Transformers for JB to want to go see it. Like, God damn. I mean, even Wonder Woman would trick you for a second into thinking it might be halfway decent, but goddamn King Arthur, I'm like, you really needed a great trailer, and it's not there.
Here's a list of movie characters that they don't have to make movies for anymore. King Arthur, Peter Pan, Robin fucking Hood. Those characters, look, they've done gajillion movies. Some of them are awesome. Some of them are complete dog
You're
shit.
never going to do better than Men in Tights.
Oh, God.
The King Arthur movie, you're never going to do any better than Excalibur.
It's a cartoon Sword in the Stone.
That's a dumb story anyway. King Arthur.
Whatever,
Like, give me a
fucking
fucking
cartoon.
break. I don't need to ever see a knight ever again.
Yeah, I mean, Robin
don't.
Hood. How many times have
I
they done
don't.
that movie? I don't need to see Robin Hood ever again. Well, this is a modern take on Robin Hood. Who
why?
gives
It's
a
not
fuck?
Call
supposed to be
him
modern.
Arrow.
Oh, man.
They just made Arrow rich right off the bat. Yeah, disappointing though. Guy Ritchie, like that's unfortunate. Unless this movie, like I'm not gonna go to the theater and see it. The next one I'm gonna go see is definitely Alien Covenant. Just because I like that. When we were talking about it earlier, my only thought of that, I like Prometheus, but I don't care about this lineage or none of that. I guess because I'm not involved enough. Maybe if I was, I'd get more upset about this kind of stuff. I look at Prometheus as a standalone film. I don't care what came before. To me, it's a totally different type of movie than Alien. Alien to me was sci-fi horror. Prometheus was more sci-fi action. To me, so it's a totally different category of movie. In this next one, though, if they take Prometheus and marry it to Alien and kind of get the best of both worlds, we could be looking at a really cool fucking movie. But
I think it's going to be cool.
Their visual style and the storyline to me is good enough and interesting, and I'm like, I kind of want to see it. And the trailers haven't given me too much where I feel like I watched the whole movie. I'm kind of interested in it.
That and it's probably going to be bad fucking
in the theater.
ass.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of those
sound-
that
Yeah, you got
and
to
the
see
screen.
that.
Yeah.
Like
Allie, you down to go see that one?
I mean, yeah, I don't really have a choice.
I want to see Alien Covenant. Another one that's big on the list for me, and a trailer comes out for it tomorrow. Is going to be Blade Runner 2049.
I definitely want to see that.
That looks awesome too. They had a new trailer.
New
come
trailer
out.
comes out tomorrow.
Tomorrow. They had something just came out. Was it a teaser trailer or whatever?
Well, they have to now. You have a trailer for the trailer.
Oh,
you know, so
and then sometimes
that's-
you have to watch a trailer as the commercial before you watch the trailer. It's pretty impressive.
I
on
saw
YouTube.
I saw the trailer for this new movie that's coming out, and it looks really funny. I saw the regular like bullshit trailer, but the red band trailer for it is awesome. It's called The Hitman's Bodyguard. It's got Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson in it.
I saw that.
The red band trailer is hilarious, like really funny, dirty. I mean, it's motherfucker all over the place. That movie, I mean, you look at these things now and it's like, okay, we're going to show you the trailer for The Hitman's Bodyguard. Well, they give you like a 5-second thing. It's like, okay, here's the trailer to The Hitman's Bodyguard. And like they spoil one of the best like teaser scenes in the teaser for the trailer. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? Just play the goddamn trailer. And, now it's like, tomorrow, here is a preview of the trailer of Captain America Civil War. Dude, look, the fucking trailer comes out Monday. Wait for it.
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's no need to hype this shit. I mean, people want to see this stuff. So that's the latest thing now. Now we have trailers of trailers. Who knows? Now we'll probably have like pre-credit scenes. We have post-credit scenes.
The part that's fucked up to me is y'all giving not y'all, but you're using it. The trailers now have names. Like, here's the teaser trailer and the red band trailer and this trailer. I'm just like, motherfucker. Like, give me a little, show me the font that you used for the name of the movie, a couple of seconds of it, or like they did with the shit. I can't never remember it. The Two Kids in Space. Director of.
Valerian.
Yes,
Yeah.
that movie. A dude like that, you made a music video out of it. I'm like, thank you. It's an incredible song, great visuals. I want to see more of it. But
I think trailers can be very effective. I mean, and I think that there's a lot of great ones. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was a great trailer. It was really funny. The one that they did, the little baby Groot with trying to, distinguish which button to press with the bomb. Like, I saw that. It was great. I didn't think it really gave anything away. And it's like I told you guys earlier in the show. After seeing that trailer, there was still a lot of things in that movie that completely caught me by surprise.
it was kind of fun watching that, too, because you were familiar with it. So when it's happening, you're kind of like, oh, I already saw this.
And it
It's
eases
kinda
you
fun.
in.
Yeah.
Lucasfilm does a very good job with the Star Wars trailers. I think they do a good job. They give you enough to get you excited, but there's not really a lot of stuff that really gives anything away.
Speaking about getting people excited, that's why I picked this next story that we got. Woman spots her car. It was stolen, so she got in another car apparently and helped the police chase the stolen car down. Dude, that's so awesome. This story is very small. It's like 3 paragraphs. They don't give you very much detail at all.
This
But I
happened
guess
locally, or is this a national story?
This is, I think, in Baton Rouge.
No shit.
The ladies, I guess, driving around in another car, they don't really say. They don't give it. It's fucking horrible reporting. These people can't even string together a fucking paragraph on the situation. But woman spots her stolen car, chases it with police. They gotta make a big fucking headline. It's like clickbait. But if you go to it, it's an interesting story. She sees her car. She goes, that motherfucker's my car, and it's stolen. She chases the car down with the police. They start shooting at her. They're like shooting out the back window at her. She responds. She's got a bigger gun than they do, and there she's shooting at it. And then she realizes, oh fuck, this is my car I'm shooting at. Like, now I'm gonna get it back, but it's full of holes. I done shot at my own car. And then the police swerve. The police are going by. He's trying to get there, and they're telling her to back off. And then there's a big cliff in Baton Rouge, and the first car, the stolen car with the criminals in it, go off the cliff. They fly off. They skidding. They can't hold on to them. They putting their seatbelt on and fly off the cliff like toonces. Everybody else comes to a stop. They're sitting out there. Some birds fly by. They realize that they're not birds. They're elephants, giant elephants. Come flying by.
And this all happened at Baton Rouge.
They send the planes in, patrol the area, and the helicopter comes to retrieve the bodies of the criminals out of the water.
It's like Operation Dumbo Drop.
Was that? Wait, hold on. Was the cop crazy? Was that? Pull over, motherfucker.
You'd have to be crazy to be a cop. Shit. Well, good story, man. I knew you would enjoy that.
Oh, God, I saw that, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
My boy crazy.
Dude, we also have another story, man. He's already got the audio for it. And J.O. Tackett went down, man. He went out to Bourbon Street. He was out there. He was dancing with a whole bunch of these black girls, man. They must have flipped themselves. He was out there. He was shaking his ass. He was having a good time. He was sipping on some Coronas, pre-gaming for Cinco de Mayo. Climbed up some big tall steps. The music was getting lower as he was climbing up, getting farther and farther away. And then he was like, fuck it, I can fly.
Jesus, dude.
They had to check his heart rate. I know if his heart was still
How's
beating.
it going?
They're like, man, is he still alive?
No.
You know, that was funny. We were playing. We're like, man, we'll fuck with JR. We'll do some clips he calls early. And I'm like, oh, shit, they kind of fucks that old bit up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're glad you're doing good. Both of you and your Lima version.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they don't have enough clips of you for you to die yet, so.
I'm really high, so.
Yeah. I'm glad he's doing better. That was a nice end of the week to see JR was doing better.
Definitely.
All right, he's back on was it GTA?
What?
Yeah.
All right, well, man, we've seen a lot of things this week. We've seen the statue thing escalated, or the news was hoping it was escalating. They were trying to escalate it. They had a lot of disinformation, trying to make a news story, and something happened that was not naturally happening. Unfortunately, the mainstream media and the Democratic Party hasn't quite been able to convince the blacks that they need to get out there and fight for these statues to be taken down, or maybe take them down themselves. The whole thing's starting to look like a giant television show. It's so fake. And like we were saying, reality, in a movie, something would happen, but this is also fake. And they're trying to control people. And you see people, I think, are just getting burnt out from it. And it's both sides of being out there. If you're out there, that means you're heavily invested into one side or another, and they're both being lied to, in my opinion. They're both being manipulated by their respective, people who send them the propaganda down. And I'm so proud of people that today, it was all bullshit. All it was is to get media coverage. Now they're threatening attacks that are not going to happen, never planned to, so that they can rile the other side up to go out there and protest, and then they do it vice versa. Right. This whole thing is just people control and society manipulation. And I think maybe people are waking up, or I doubt it. Something big will happen. What they'll do is they'll escalate this thing to where you're forced to pick a side, just like the election. Yeah. They're going to keep escalating, and you're one spark away from igniting that gasoline that they've been fanning and preparing for the great explosion. But hopefully people are so fucking entertained by these amazing movies and podcasts and shows like PPV Guys and Scary Thoughts and Not Real Radio that they don't really care about going to really protest anything. Just stay home and be entertained, people.
Yeah.
But anyway, Jazz Fest is still going strong. They had some rainy days. Cheese ended up having to go, which I can't wait to find out tomorrow night at our big WNCW event. Crowded places. People like to go into crowded places.
Why?
Allie doesn't.
Oh, it's my nightmare. It's literally my nightmare.
Yeah.
I told my little brother that. I said, look, he was asking me, he asked a general question on Facebook. He said, I need to know two things if you're out at Jazz Fest. First of all, is it sloppy? And second of all, does it smell like horse shit? And I said, well, I can answer that question for you. It rains, so it's always fucking sloppy out there. And the second thing is that, it smells not only like horse shit, it smells like the fucking Marinea swamp and a carnival, and he's like, oh, man, you're nothing but a hater. I said, look, if you want some fucking fat girl that sings all about that bass deliver you jazz and heritage, more fucking power to you, dude.
Yeah, go out there.
More fucking power to you. So
I just don't like crowded places.
Yeah.
After watching Gimme Shelter, I understand why.
Right.
Not that this is going to be anything
It's
like
scary.
that. Yeah,
It's
not
scary
scary
because
to me.
I
It's
don't
just
trust
disgusting.
I don't trust other human beings to be intelligent enough not to fucking end up hurting me. You know what I'm saying? Like, end up getting in a frenzy, or I get pushed by some fucking idiot, or get trampled. Like, I don't trust the herd of people.
No, it's not those people at all. I look at the footage of it, and I'm like, this is just a bunch of yuppies who can afford tickets to this and think it makes them cool if they go. Like, there's one thing. Look, there's a lot of races out there, and a lot of them are very well known for stealing shit. But white people are fucking guilty of anything else, of stealing and trying and cultural appropriation of other people's culture, and they pay for it. The amount of money it costs to go to Jazz Fest, it's become like this goofy, white, yuppie, elitist garbage. Like, I look at that, there's nobody getting culture, especially no fucking jazz and heritage. Like, it's bullshit. This is a bunch of fucking out-of-town rich white people and a bunch of people around here who live in the suburbs that think that if they go to these New Orleans fucking put on events, it makes them some kind of New Orleanian or cool or something. It's like, you're just a bunch of fucking goofy yuppies wearing fucking pastel colors and khaki shorts and no socks on, you funky bastards, in the sweaty, nasty fucking thing, thinking they're special because they're at this event that means something just because it's been marketed well.
Does
like,
it really mean something, though?
It does to them. It's an elitist thing. You went to Jazz Fest. You accomplished something. But if it makes money for people and it helps music just continue on, that's great.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't bother me as long as I don't have to see it or be around it, which I don't. Luckily, it's all the way over there.
I would have rather have gone to Insane Clown Posse, and I'd rather go see the Rolling Stones at a racetrack than go to Jazz Fest. I don't know. It just doesn't look. It just
So you
looks
wanted to
like
see the Rolling Stones at Jazz Fest?
No, only if there was no barricades and fucking the Hell's Angels. I would definitely. I'd go to fucking that shit, Brian.
I want to mention that if you don't want to go somewhere that's going to be really crowded, next Friday. Out with Allie! Yeah! I don't have it in me tonight, man. Yeah! Oh, yeah! All right! Yeah! Friday, May 12th at 9 p.m. at the Howlin' Wolf, New Orleans. Kane Resurrection, Friend Shrimp, and the Def Clones. So basically, Doty's new Deftones tribute band called the Def Clones is going to open at about 9 o'clock.
Get the fuck out of here.
This says it's going to be in the porch, a new addition to the Howlin' Wolf. I was thinking it was going to be in the main room. I don't know what the porch
then we got Southport, the
Is
deck.
that
Now we got
outside?
Howlin' Wolf, the porch.
Oh, this is my thing. I kind of want to go. I feel like we'll get to see Doty's new Def Clone, and then we get to see Kane Resurrection, and there's a band called Friend Shrimp. What is that? You know what I mean? I'm intrigued. And it says that this is hosted by Unmasked Menace. I don't
think
know
I'd
who that
rather
is.
stay home and work on
so
my
I think
tapes.
that's somebody like booking shows now called Unmasked Menace.
13
So
tapes.
that's pretty mysterious too. You don't
I'm
think?
on one now.
All right, so I had a bad idea again. Look,
Yeah, that's
there's nothing
horrible.
else going on that
I hate
weekend.
the fucking Howlin'
But
Wolf. I don't like it.
Why?
I just don't like it. It always.
Dude, I was thinking we could just Uber there, so you don't have to worry
I
about
don't
like.
fucking want to Uber. I don't like
I
other people
like it every
driving
now
me
and then,
around.
so we don't have to drive. Why is that a problem?
You don't never drive.
I said we, but then I have to
What do
work-
you work? The pedals?
No, I fucking look out because you fucking just driving around crazy, making sure shit's happening. Like I'm watching to make sure we're
Hey.
doing the right shit.
Once again, if you ain't driving, I don't hear no complaints.
Well, I'm just saying to you.
I'll be down to buy you sleeping with the fucking stuffed black coyote snarling.
Oh,
That'd be pretty
hooey,
much
bah.
it.
I always think that when you got bands like from Metairie area and they want to go play out there, you're playing for people who go out there. Like, I don't need to travel to that. Does that make sense? Like, it's a whole nother market, right? Don't you want to get out of Metairie so you can go play in front of different people and
Yeah,
play
but
in New
there's
Orleans?
nothing else going
I'm
on
not
that
a tourist.
weekend.
My
you
dad,
love the
my
band,
dad
though-
told me I couldn't spend money in New Orleans anymore.
But I mean, if you love the band and you want to support them and they're like your fucking people, I mean, look, I like watching you guys when I'm available to do it. And if you told me, hey, look, I'm playing at fucking Howlin' Wolf, I'd totally go to that show.
I think
That's us,
certain.
though.
I
It's
think
different.
certain. I think certain bands and certain people
Fuck you, old man.
kind of trump where the venue is, unless it's Twist the Line, which we're not going to go. But since it's at fucking Howlin' Wolf, I thought, well, damn,
that's
the
worse.
last two times they played, we didn't go. I would like to go. And like I said, they're playing with Friend Shrimp. I'm a friend of shrimp. I love shrimp. So a band about shrimp being your friend can't be bad. And fucking
Okay.
Def Clone, Friend Shrimp,
Are you sold?
the Unmasked Menace, on the porch.
That's it.
I wonder what the porch could be.
I don't know where they would have room for that.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
they have the den. I thought maybe it was there.
Maybe it is the den.
No,
They
it's
just-
not. No, it
nobody
says a
liked the
new.
den.
No, it specifically said a
Huh?
new addition. The den's been there a few years, which I'm glad it's not the den because the sound is horrible in there. It's just like concrete walls and
Just the whole timing of it just seems weird to me.
Oh yeah, what like?
What do you mean
Not even a
timing?
month.
Yeah.
Oh, because they have a porch and Magneto has a deck.
Yeah, but I think vice versa. Whatever.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't care. I'm not.
I don't know. I'm hoping that by porch they don't mean that it's like outdoors. I mean, unless the weather's nice, of course. But like,
Dude, can we be called the Monkeys and play on the porch? Coming up, let's change our name from the Zombies Eating Sheep
you
to the
can't. There's already
Monkeys.
been a monkey.
We'll be a Monkeys cover band.
We'll use a Y instead of an E.
Yeah, Tree Daff on the porch.
Tree Daff on the porch.
That'd be awesome.
It says special $5 cover. I don't know what that means, but it's pretty special.
Or it could be 10.
Yeah, it's a special. I don't know, dude. I'd like to go. I think it would be an adventure. It'd be venturing out. I haven't been to Howlin' Wolf since like fucking.
There's a reason.
me and your boy played there. Me and Rishu played there.
Oh wow.
That's another place that's, I mean, it's a cool venue, but I think the issue with that is, man, it's just the parking situation.
Right, which is
It
why
sucks.
taking Uber solved. And then other than that, they have a parking garage
I don't
right
like
down
Uber.
the street.
Like, I'm sorry.
they
I don't
have a
want some
parking gar-
fucking weirdo to come pick me up to drive me
They
down
have
there.
a garage. If you insist on driving, what you would have paid for an Uber, you just pay for parking. There you go. And then
That's
just don't
untrue
get drunk.
because
Don't get drunk.
Oh, you're wrong.
No, that's
Not
fucking
true. I fucking just went there.
Allie, how much does that Uber ride cost? Just out of curiosity.
Probably $17.
Yeah, I mean
Because you're going from Metairie to Warmth.
$175.
$17 both ways. I mean, you talk about a $34 fucking cab ride.
$30.
Well, then you just go. Then you pay $20 to park. There you go. You save
Yeah.
$14 right there. Special $5 cover. You only spend $25. There you go.
The $2 charge is the ride there. The $30 is not to be a fucking cunt. Right, Pickle?
I'm just saying though, dude. It might be an adventure. We don't have to go. Fuck it. I put interested. I didn't
Oh,
click going.
fucking Christ. You
I
still
didn't click
talking about
going.
this?
Oh yeah.
I dozed off for 5 minutes. I was hoping it was
I
over.
dozed off the whole time you were talking about uninteresting shit. So
right.
I finally say something and you tell me that
my
bullshit.
God.
Next
Fuck
week,
off,
Half for
bitch.
Harry Horner will be on for the mother of all shows. Thank you, Mr. Chris Tyree. And
Thank
JB from PPV guys and the Ginger for calling in. Happy birthday, Jared. Glad that Tackett's doing well. Next week, the mother of all shows. That's right, we're going to call our moms with the helpful one, Mr. Harry.
A lot of things to talk about.
Thank you for listening. Please give the 5-star general his
5 stars,
5 stars, or the 2
5
that he
stars,
deserves.
5 stars.
I don't give a fuck what you give us. I give up by now. Just doing this
Look,
out of
Allie.
pure self-pain.
Girls' night out.
That's me.
You know what you could do for us? Click subscribe. It's not that difficult. Maybe next week I got a game. Well, the following week since you're producing next show. I got a game that says to see how long it takes the listeners to click subscribe. I'm kind of curious. Maybe we'll play a song. We'll give them a challenge. See if they
All
can
right.
subscribe before the
I
song
like
is
that.
up.
Nice.
It's a weird way to get people to subscribe to you that don't really want
Whatever
to.
it takes.
And hopefully next week Allie approves of anything we do. This has been Not Real Radio.
Just you.
67. Till next week, keep it not real.